Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Mashiach Yahushua. Hope all of y'all Israel having a blessed and safe Shabbat. Safe travels to and fro wherever y'all may go on your house speed. You know, we're gonna get into a couple of things, man. A lot of things actually. A lot of prophecy unfolding. A lot of different things happening around the world. Global leaders. We're gonna get into it, but I put it for 5:30. I scheduled this for 5:30. We got a lot of brothers going to chime in. And they getting set up right now. So watch watch that. So excuse the noise in the background. But let me let the brothers get a chance to chime in and warm up. But the link is in the comment section, right? Let me just give them a little bit of time. Bear with us. Yasha Allah, bear with us. It's hot as hell outside. We're trying to stay cool and still do the work, baby. All praises, right? So, of course, let's start it off with some truth music, man. Subscribe, hit that like button, share, comment. Let us know you in the building. Kwam Yasha Allah. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High.
Even though we can witness various end-time prophecies coming true around us, it seems like people aren't paying enough attention. This particular sign is linked to the 4 horsemen described in the book of Revelation. These figures are starting to reveal signs of their presence and the effects they'll have on Earth. You don't need to look too far back. Just consider the events of the past 5 years worldwide.
End times. Mention God, they gon' disregard. Say something pleasing to their flesh and it's gon' get applause. No palm reading, no crystal balls, no wishing stars, no picture cards. We were but we not switching squads. They gon' come against you when your mission large. They teamed up, but we still winning against odds. Setting snares for you, they hoping you slip and fall. And all of your getting can understand it, don't forget the cause. Don't miss the art, get on for your ship departs. Wise as serpents, gentle as doves. Don't be quick to talk, cause they gon' tell you what you need to hear. Just listen, great division, sheep and the goats. Just stay with the flocks. Councils took that word and it got ripped apart. Maccabees with red apocryphals, I think you skipped the part. Chapter 14, the second of Esdras. World leader slowly turning to Nebuchadnezzar's. World war, they say it's bombs over Tel Aviv. Flashback, shackles and chains. Ain't wanna let us read, cause in that Torah you might find out you a special seed and Mount Zion is the destination of your destiny. And we gon' speak the truth, long as we got breath to breathe. Nothing's impossible if you just believe. They say, how do you believe in what you never seen? He lives inside of me, he left his spirit when he left the scene. Woo! Had to let it breathe. Bible rap, get these nations all they idols back. Be set apart, dig deeper cause they hiding facts. It's time to come together with no pride attached.
We are aware of the shuffling of the stage in preparation for the greatest battle of all time. That will certainly take place in the years ahead.
Board the ark before he opened up the floodgates. Seeking the kingdom, it's only one way. Trust the Father and do what his son say. Sheep amongst wolves, you can find us where it's unsafe. Pray I see it when he gather us in one place. Wilderness of the people like the prophet said. Bread of life, living water, make sure his flock is fed. Tell the lost sheep the truth, somebody got to say it. I got tunnel vision, cut off all distractions. Won't let these demons treat me like target practice. You don't walk with fruits of the spirit, you walking backwards. We study prophets, we see it before it happens. Soon as you press play, we gon' talk repentance. Can't do business if it ain't our business. All I got is faith and works, I'm non-religious. You may not believe it, but you gotta witness. If the world against me, Abba with me, I'm straight. Endure to the end, whatever it takes. Kingdom on the way, you ain't got long to wait. It's midnight.
Mention God, they gon' disregard.
Con. Once again, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Got Judge Eli in the building. He's getting situated. You know, he kind of new to this stuff. A lot of us are. You know what I'm saying? So bear with us, Israel. But we got heavy topics to go into. Got a lot going on across the globe, man. And it is you could tell it's all spiritual, because you look at as these world leaders are getting together, right? As these world leaders are coming together for the destruction of Babylon, which is America. You look at what's these jokers? Kendrick Lamar, right? Kendrick Lamar got his song, right? His rap battle song going at Drake, and he's unifying the Bloods, the Crips, and all the gangs in California. They all doing a video shoot right now, and it's kind of crazy because there's so much. When you look at it through a spiritual lens, you'll understand that there's so much going on. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Eli in the building. Is your screen? Your mic is on mute. Is your screen on the widescreen, King?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so like very
okay. So as you see, you know, the brother Kendrick Lamar unifying the nation of gangs. That was something that Tupac was trying to do with Thug Life. You know, everybody's getting together. The nations are getting together. The wicked of our people are getting together. But what is Israelites doing? Are we getting together? When are we going to do it? You know what I'm saying? The time is being cut short, and prophecies at hand, and it's a beautiful time to be an Israelite, and to know that you're an Israelite with all this prophecy happening, and you have a spiritual eye, a lens to see what's going on, right? So let me put this light on real quick, Baba Kushal. Put that light on, Baba Kushal. So there's a lot of stuff going on, right? I know there's more brothers that's going to chime in. The link is in the comment section. Just click the link and y'all can get in. We're gonna go through these precepts. We're gonna go through some stuff. Eli gonna really chime in on a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's around, y'all, you know, we can all get on. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, let me just shut this phone off because I don't want no interruptions, right? But I want to go into a video real quick because there's a lot of things going on, and we're gonna need some readers, man. If y'all get some readers, Yakanan in the building, brothers at the school, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. I see you, a call. I'm gonna get you on right now. Call's in there too. Yeah, come on. Hey, we getting loopy, man. We got to get used to this, man. We new to this, but we got to get used to this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, we need some phone stands, damn it. Hey, use them Bibles that's on that table. Go get them 2 Bibles and line them up.
Yeah, I got a phone stand. He don't, though. He got to get his program.
Yeah, that mic is crazy. Okay. So check this out, Akim. I wanna read an article before we go into any of the scriptures and before we go into any of these videos, right? So this is an article. This is an article that was released not too long ago. Let me share the screen. Right. Let me see. Y'all can see it, right? Okay. All praises. So this is a bill that was passed, through all the distractions and everything we going through, everything around the world, right? With so much stuff happening, this is a bill that was recently passed, right? It says House passes defense bill automatically registering men 18 to 26 for draft. This selective service is already mandatory for male U.S. citizens ages 18 to 24. So they bumped it up to 26. Now, and it says already mandatory for male. So understand that they're getting, I don't know if they did it yet, but I hear the rumors they're gonna be registering the women as well. Right? We're living in crazy times. Hey, women want to be equal to men in this society. Women want they want to have equal rights and be treated as a man would. So, hey, be careful what you wish for, right? That's what they say. So it says the war on warriors behind the betrayal. Well, this is a video. I'm gonna play that in a minute. But it says the House of Representatives passed a measure on Friday automatically registering men aged 18 to 26 for selective service. It was part of an annual Defense Authorization Act, NDAA, which sets out the U.S. government military and national security priorities over the next fiscal year. This year's NDAA authorizes $895.2 billion in military spending, $9 billion increase from fiscal 2024. Every time I see stuff like this, Tupac words come to mind. They got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Right? So obviously, if there's a draft, they're getting ready and they're passing bills for a draft. That means there's war on the rise. That means America knows something that I don't know if the people understand what's going on. They have their faith in Trump. They have their faith in Biden. They have their faith in white Jesus. They have their faith in so many different things, but they really have their faith in politicians. A lot of people that believe in Trump or want Trump to be in office, they believe he's going to bring the change that America needs, right? They're putting their faith in man and not in the Heavenly Father, right? So it says, while it hasn't been invoked in over half a century, it's mandatory for all male U.S. citizens to register for the selective service, also known as the military draft, when they turn 18. Failure to register is classified as a felony and comes with a host of legal challenges. So there's a lot going on, man. All right. Supporters of the amendment argued that it would cut down on bureaucratic red tape and help U.S. citizens avoid unnecessary legal issues, as well as cutting down on the taxpayer dollars going towards prosecuting those cases. It was led by Representative or Republican Chrissy Houlihan, DPA, and passed the House Armed Services Committee version of the NDAA in May. The NDAA advanced through the committee in an overwhelming 57-1 vote. So it's a unanimous decision, damn near, right? It says, by using available federal database, the Selective Service Agency will be able to register all of the individuals required and thus help ensure that any future military drafts is fair and equitable. Houlihan said during debate last month, according to the Defense News. This will also allow us to dedicate resources, basically that means money, towards reading readiness and towards mobilization, rather than towards education and at advising campaigns driven to register people, right? So it's so much going on. There's so much going on, Israel, right? It says, and the NDAA also include the largest ever military pay raise in history, with a 19.5% increase for junior enlisted troops and 4.5 increase for others. It also includes funding for 2 new Virginia-class submarines and establishment for a drone force within the U.S. Army, among other provisions. So they're getting ready for something big. This is something big that's happening because look at it, Israel, right? All of the nations are coming together under the title of the BRICS. So they're all coming under the BRICS, and there's many nations. So right now, U.S. is getting ready to be spread out across the world with wars, with all different wars, with all different nations. So they need more manpower. They need more manpower because they're going to be stretched thin, right? The NDAA passes the House in a 217 to 199 vote, but is unlikely to be taken up by the Senate. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, blasted the bill on Friday afternoon over the inclusion of amendments curbing funding for abortion, transgender, medical care, and diversity efforts. Unsurprisingly, the legislation coming out of the House today is loaded with an anti-LGBTQ, anti-choice, anti-environment, and other divisive amendments guaranteed not to pass the Senate, Schumer said. As we move forward with this year's NDAA process, both sides will have to work together to pass bipartisan legislations that honor and respects all who serve in the defense of our nation. Right? That's it on the article. I'm not going to play that video up there because we got a lot more to go in. Right? But so there's a lot going on. I'm going to chime in on that.
Yeah, Con.
Okay, Con.
Get 2 Ezra 16, verse 14. 16 verse 14. Cut that down. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on, that's a beautiful article, King. Because you know what's going on is a lot of people don't realize is wars going on all over the place. And your friendly neighborhood white man over here panicking. And what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of you jakes, they've been, wrapping you in a circle, keeping you put in this box. They dropping things about P Nasty. They dropping things about all these celebrities. They got different sports going on. During the NBA playoffs, they had it centered around Anthony Edwards. They trying to go and put LeBron out the way, put Anthony Edwards in the forefront. Got everybody thinking Anthony Edwards might be, related to Michael Jordan. They dropping all these diss records and rap groups. You know what I'm saying? The Drake and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole thing spiraling out of control. And what they doing is they keeping all these things in the forefront because at the end of the day, they don't want you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American man who fit this age description to be prepared or even be hip to what they trying to do. They want to keep you distracted, keep you high at your mind, keep putting all the guns in the hood, keep putting all the switches in the hood. So what? When they need you to put them switches on these other nations, you know what I'm saying? They shouldn't hear nothing else about it. Cause why? You been putting the switches on people. So now come put these switches on these people for your country. So read that real quick. Go ahead.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 14.
Right.
Behold, the plagues are sent.
Right.
And shall not return again until they come upon the earth.
So the plagues have been sent from the Most High. And he said these plagues not going to return to the Father until they hit the earth. Read on.
The fire is kindled.
The what?
The fire is kindled.
So the fire is kindled is talking about war and the fire of the Lord's anger. It has been kindled because of all the sin, the folly, the abomination that the Lord is seeing being done in the earth. Read on.
And shall not be put out.
Read.
Till it consume the foundation of the earth.
Now jump down to verse 17.
Verse 17. Woe is me.
We said what?
Woe is me.
Read.
who will deliver me in those days?
It said, who would deliver me in those days? If you're a young man, fit this age description, 18 through 26, the Lord said it's going to be woe is me, destruction to you. And who will be able to deliver you? We weren't born and raised, brought up in militant skills and fashion and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We were brought up smoking, hooping, rapping, playing ball, trying to bag a female here and there. You know what I'm saying? Israelite men that grew up in the hood weren't brought up on how to be tactical in war and going to these other nations. So if you get caught up in the draft, you just believe if they need a draft, they're not going to give you time to prepare and to be successful. What they're going to do is they're going to draft you, have you out there for a couple of months, shoot a couple of rounds, and they're going to throw you behind right there on the front line. And you're going to be finished. And that's why the Bible says it's going to be woe is me, right? Read on.
The beginning of sorrows.
Why? Because a lot of us going to start being terrorized. You know, a lot of these jokers not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? They telling you got to be drafted. A lot of these dudes not going to accept that. They're going to be like, nah, I'm not with it. A lot of us going to get locked up. A lot of us going to get killed. Read.
And great mourning. The beginning of famine.
Right, and this is what y'all don't understand is it's starting the beginning of famine. It's about to be a lot more famines hit the earth now. Read.
And great death.
And great what?
Death.
And there's gonna be a lot of more murders going on. Read.
The beginning of wars.
And what's happening is we are transitioning into the beginning of wars. It's a lot of wars is about to hit the earth right now. And if you're not known to what's going on, or you taking this truth for a joke, you're gonna get caught off guard. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites bringing this information to y'all first front. You know what I'm saying? We the first reporters on the front line, then you know what it is. And a lot of y'all are rejecting it because y'all think it's a joke. This same country who you were just getting oppressed in 100-some plus years ago, you don't believe that they're going to draft you out there and send you out there to get your life took, because we feel like we living in our best life right now. You finish that off, King.
Con. And the power shall stand in fear.
Right.
The beginning of evil.
Right.
What shall I do when this evil, Salakia, when this evil shall come?
And that's what you got to ask yourself. What are you going to do when these evils come to pass? Because right now we discussing it. But when these things really do take place, what are you going to do in those days? Are you going to, you know what I'm saying, submit to the ways of Babylon, or are you going to submit to the ways of the Most High and be delivered? So that's a question you got to ask yourself. Go ahead, King.
Huh.
Not you.
Con, all praises, man. Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the perfect solution for all of this, the perfect solution, like Eli was bringing out, Judge Eli, when you analyze it, right, you got all these gangbangers, right? You got Kendrick Lamar right now is unifying the gangs. You know, you got jokers being put, because there was always something, right? When you thought about somebody like in jail, somebody that gets the judgment for a child molester, right? Somebody that molests children, somebody that becomes a grapist. You know, they like grapists. You got to watch the words, but ones that like grape. You know, when they go to jail, they get a different type of judgment. They get a different type of treatment. So it should be the same thing for these thugs and these gangsters and these gangbangers and these people, that these brothers, these young men that like to shoot at their ops when they see them, and smoke on Tuka packs and smoke on these different packs, when they like to shoot at their ops and they miss and hit the wrong target, like a little girl playing in the park, a little boy on his bicycle riding the bike just going down the block, or old elderly person, man or woman, right? And the hood knows who they are, and or they get charged. Those should be the first responders for this draft. Those should be the first ones that they handpick, right? Those should be the handpicked draftees, right? Like Lamech said, the Miller genuine draft, right? The Miller genuine draft. So just keep that in mind, that there is a solution. We don't need the brothers and sisters that's going to college to be lawyers and doctors and nurses. We don't need them in the draft. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, this is how you know all of this is coming to an end. America's coming to an end because of the simple fact that everybody, no matter what they're talking about, they got to include the LGBTQ. Everything is effeminized. Everything is effeminized. The military is a joke. If you look at the way the China and Russia and North Korea and their military, the way that they're training for war is not the way America is training for war. But don't get it twisted. America is not a slouch when it comes to their military presence with technology. They got the craziest Air Force. And I got a video that I want to chime in on that with. They got the craziest Air Force that they're light years ahead of all the countries. Because you got to understand, what does the Bible describe America as? Can we get that in Deuteronomy, Baba Kushar, as the eagle flieth, coming from, was it 46 or 48? Deuteronomy 28, 46 or 48. Shabbat Shalom to everybody that's coming in the building. Please hit the like button, comment, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, hit the bell. We're trying to run these numbers up, man. You know, we're a new congregation. We ain't no new brothers, but we a new congregation, and we trying to get those numbers up so we can get in the algorithm and start spreading this gospel a little bit more and open up more pages and build this and bring this fruit in. You got it?
Come.
Salakia for the technical difficulties. Go ahead, Al.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth.
Hold on, I think that mic is too close. The mic is too close to the speaker, unless y'all got the speaker, the phone connected to the speaker.
Yeah, he gonna read again, Salaki, y'all.
Okay, come.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
Right. You see, so as swift as the eagle flieth. You look at the back of the dollar bill. You look at what represented Rome, what represented the Greeks, what represented ancient Egypt, right? It was always Egypt, I believe, was the phoenix. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same eagle that's on the back of that dollar bill, right? And that eagle it represents their military. Because how does America win wars? Does America win wars on the ground? Do they go hand to hand, face to face combat, hand to hand combat? Do they put their guns, the guns in the soldiers' hands and tell them go into the? No, they use bombs, they use they military, their space force, right? The ones that fly through the air. They got the flyest, the fastest damn jets, man. They got the fastest military in I want to, because I'm saying it, but I rather the people explain it more. But if you want to expound more on it, well, I found the video because I got to upload it. It's on here, but I just got to get it from the email. Go ahead, come.
Yeah, read verse 47. Read verse 47, King. Watch this.
God, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 47.
Right.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness.
With what?
With joyfulness.
Watch this.
And with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
And see, what we got to realize is too, man, that a lot of reasons why this stuff is happening, and the reason why a lot of you Israelite men going to be drafted, you know what I'm saying, is because you got to think about it. This is not just talking about in past time tense. It's talking about even in this day and time, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Israelites been teaching in Babylon the Great and throughout the countries for over 30 plus years, for a fact, probably 50 plus years. And you know what I'm saying? Even in these last days, you know, it's safe to say that this gospel is being taught in every state. in almost in every country. So now you don't got no excuse. Y'all seeing us on the corners. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our camps are set up in downtown or cheap places where a lot of y'all go to and fro to party, get drunk, go on dates, do whatever, right? And we telling y'all how to serve the Lord. Some of y'all will sit out there for 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes. Y'all will listen. Oh, I like that. Yeah, we the kings. You know what I'm saying? We tell y'all, what's your nationality before you leave? I'm an Israelite. I'm an Israelite. Yeah, I love what y'all doing. You hand us $3 like we at the church. You know what I'm saying? And right after that, you leave and go right back into the word and keep doing what you're doing. And that's why the Lord said, because you did not serve him with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Watch this. For the abundance of all things. Watch this.
God, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
He said, therefore, we was going to be forced to serve our enemy. So a lot of time we look at this scripture and we relate it to the slavery portion of it, right? But no, also you got to serve your enemies when it comes to this war that they about to bring on. You know what I'm saying? You being a citizens of Babylon the Great, you know what I'm saying? You were born and raised here. They saying now, oh, if Russia, China, or whoever these people is finna come against us, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you finna get picked to fight too. So not only did you serve them in slavery, but now, you know what I'm saying, you might have to give your life for this same country. And why? And you think, you know what I'm saying, in that day, you're gonna be able to refuse. It's either gonna be go fight or go serve time. A lot of these jokers who spent their life gang banging, one trying to serve the Lord, get caught for a couple bodies sitting in the county. Esau gonna come to you and say, hey, you can get out of jail right now if you come fight. And what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna go fight and they're gonna have to serve their enemy. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna get put to death over there because Jake ain't ready for no war. These little petty shootouts we be having in the hood ain't got nothing to do or nothing to compare to how them jokers getting down over there in the Middle East, man. So you know what I'm saying? That's when the Lord telling you too, we still gonna have to serve our enemies. So don't think that there's gonna be a way out or this is going to be a way that you can show how much you love your country. No, this is going to be judgment from the Lord. Read that. Finish that off.
Come. Verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
Watch this.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And in that physical, in the spiritual sense, also, he still to this day has yokes on our necks, and he controls us by the masses. And anywhere he want us to go, that's the way we go into what he didn't got all he can get out of us, and we become destroyed. So you know what I'm saying? That's another thing to keep in mind too, man. This is why it's important for us to come back to the Lord and serve him with joyfulness and gladness of heart. Because if we don't, he's going to put us in Esau's hand, and a lot of jokers going to get caught up out here. A lot of brothers finna get killed behind this draft, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got it, King.
Con. I just want to play this video. We got a lot of different videos we're going to play and chime in with scripture and line it up with prophecy, how this is supposed to happen. But this is why I tell you that America... This is why all the countries got to come together. They have to come together to defeat Babylon because they can't do it by themselves. They can't at all, right? And they treading lightly because, hey, this is the beast. This is the beast. There's a reason why this place is at the top. There's a reason why is the top military in the world. Right? Because they were blessed with the sword. Right? But watch this here. Check this out. Check this one out.
All of the military advancements that China has made in recent years, it still can't compete with the US in one area of the skies. The US Air Force is a terrifying prospect for China for many reasons, not least because it knows that America leads the charge regarding the quality of its equipment and its pilots. And if war ever broke out between the countries, China would cower before the might of America's craft. But why? China has a powerful military. It's the second largest military spender in the world, just behind the US, and it's ramping up its nuclear capabilities with every passing year. But when it comes to the skies, China pales in comparison, and Beijing knows it. China's fear starts with sheer numbers. One of the most crucial aspects of warfare, the simple fact, is that the US's airborne capabilities stretch far beyond anything that China can do. Global Firepower states America has a little over 660,000 Air Force personnel. Of course, not all of these are pilots. The US can't send a 500,000-strong death fleet of planes in China's direction. However, it has an extensive infrastructure of pilots and support crews that can coordinate massive offensives that would cause significant problems for Beijing. That's not to say that China doesn't have an impressive number of personnel. The People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLAF, has about 400,000 members. Impressive numbers, though over 260,000 fewer than the US Air Force. Of course, it's not just people who make up the Air Force. Equipment is a vital component. That's where the US comes out on top. It has a total stock of 13,300 aircraft, 9,975 of which are combat ready, compared to China's fleet of 3,166. The United States not only outnumbers China in terms of aircraft, but it also boasts a more diverse fleet. China has focused its Air Force spending on fighter jets, with 1,199 planes available. However, this impressive number is overshadowed by the United States, which has 1,914 fighters and a plane fleet extending beyond dogfighting capabilities. For instance, the US has 962 fixed-wing transports compared to China's 288, demonstrating its versatility in moving troops and conducting air missions. The United States also outpaces China in terms of training capabilities. China has less than a sixth of the 2,634 craft the US can use to provide its future pilots with essential flight experience. Whether it's attack planes, tankers, helicopters, or special mission planes, the US consistently outperforms China. Its air-based firepower is unmatched, giving it more options for moving troops and conducting air missions against China or its territorial partners. This is not to say that the PLAF is ineffective, but it's clear that the US has a significant advantage. It could cause some damage to America's forces, but for every plane that Beijing could down, the US would have plenty in reserve, ready to replace it. In a war of attrition, China's stock would run low far sooner, giving the US complete dominance of the skies. Still, sheer numbers aren't the only way to win a battle. Quality of equipment is just as important, and what better place to look than the crown jewels of each country's fighters? For China, that crown jewel, at least right now, is the Chengdu J-20 Mighty Dragon, a stealth fighter that entered into service in 2018, following its maiden flight in 2011. It's a fifth-generation plane designed to compete with America's F-22 Raptor. It has a top speed of about 1,670 mph and can fly for almost 2,800 miles before refueling. It has low jet engine intakes and is barely visible on a radar cross-section, making it ideal for sneak attacks. It comes equipped with an active electronically scanned array that transmits targeting data directly to its firing systems. Speaking of those firing systems, the craft comes equipped with an internal cannon that can be deployed during close-quarters combat. The aircraft is also equipped with a multi-tank anti-aircraft missile system, which can be used to fire at any time. A pair of bays underneath the craft can hold several PL-10 air-to-air missiles, with another bay in its belly carrying larger PL-21 and PL-12CD missiles. It's a flying death machine that can rain fire on an opponent through a combination of built-in guns and missile strikes, so it's no surprise that China is building as many as possible.
Join large-scale battles with military vehicles. The online action game War Thunder has received a major...
Nikkei Asia even suggested that it built more J-20s in 2022 than the 187 F-22s that America has built so far, with plans to produce another 40 to 50 per year for the foreseeable future. Of course, not all of those craft will go straight into the PLAF, with China having the opportunity to sell some. Still, it's an impressive fighter. If its sole opponent in the US Air Force were the F-22 it had been built as a counterpart to, China would at least be able to claim parity with the United States. But it's not just the F-22 that China has to worry about. The F-35 is another of the best fighters in the United States, and the combined force of both would overwhelm the J-20. Where China is focusing most of its efforts on a single fighter, the US has two extremely advanced aircraft that give it more versatility. The F-22 is the closest to the J-20, with its top speed of about 1,500 mph, just a smidge below the J-20s. It has an external radar cross-section, making it remarkably difficult to detect, and can supercruise. That means it can maintain supersonic speeds without afterburners, making it even harder to detect. The thrust vectoring system built into the aircraft makes it one of the most agile.
Yeah. See what they just said? China got something called the Dragon, right? They ships is called the Dragons. Now we know who's the real dragon, but America, that eagle is different. That eagle is different. It said their bomber got supersonic speed that it cannot be detected. You see what I'm saying? It cannot be detected. That's as swift as the eagle flieth. If y'all ever watch the National Geographics and you see how that eagle swoop in and grab a damn goat, a billy goat, a mountain goat off the mountain and drop them, you know what I'm saying? Thousands and thousands of feet. Anytime the eagle comes for you, you don't never see its prey go. It never puts its hands up to deflect it because it don't see it coming. This is America's Air Force, and this is the reason why, you got all these nuclear capabilities that they still haven't created to actually reach American soil. Some of them could, some of them can't. And if the Israeli forces have the what's it called, the Iron Dome, the steel dome, what you think America has if America supplied them with that stuff? You see what I'm saying? So don't think it's going to be an easy fight. It's not going to be an easy fight. That's why the nations have to come together. You going against the beast of the world, the top power, right? Their military, America's military is not a slouch. Now, you might have some LGBTQs flying them damn planes, but hey, look at the Romans. Look at the Greeks. They were vicious killers, vicious murderers. And they was the LGBTQ before the LGBTQ. You see what I'm saying? They were raping children, raping men, going into gymnasiums. But that spirit that the Most High put on, and that blessing, not even the spirit, but the blessing the Most High gave to Esau was the sword. So if you want to chime in on that, King.
Yeah, come real quick. And yeah, man, and if you notice in that video, it was showing you that a lot of the things that Moab was doing, that the Chinese people was doing, you know what I'm saying, their biblical name Moab, well, a lot of things that they were doing was they're trying to pattern themselves after the way of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Babylon the Great. If Babylon doing this, they trying to do it. And even though they can keep up and stay in tote with, you know what I'm saying, Babylon, they still pattern themselves after that. And, like you said on the video, they're one of the second most powerful militaries in the thing. And a lot of people think that when America falls, that, if it's not Russia, China will be the next world major power, right? But the Bible speaks against that, unless there's all cap. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, give me 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and let's go to verse 46.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 46.
All right.
And thou, Asia.
And it's talking about Asia. It's talking about we keeping this in the context. It's talking about China. Read on.
Thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon.
And it says it's a partaker. It's a participant. China is a major participant when it comes to the customs and the way of Babylon the Great. Read.
And are the glory of her person.
Why? Because they pattern everything that America does. You know what I'm saying? You see American Edomites walking around with these suits on when they discussing politics and militant. Now you see the Chinese people doing it. Read on.
Woe be unto thee, thou wretch,
right?
Because thou hast made thyself like unto her.
And the Lord said this is why he's going to destroy them, because the Moabites have made themselves like identical twins to these Edomites, which the Lord's hate. Read.
And has decked thy daughter in whoredom.
And they decked their daughter in their whoredom. And they have patterned their whole country off the ways that America moved. America get warships, they getting warships. And they're trying to do these things so when these wars pop off, it might look like China going to stand a chance and they're going to do their thing, but the Bible prophesied they're going to get caught up out there. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get put to death. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
That they might please and glory in that in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee.
Right. So real quick, I got one more on that. So yeah, man. So basically, what we seeing is these countries like China, they pattern themselves strongly after the ways of Babylon the Great, and because in a way that they think this is how they gonna succeed, and this is how they gonna stay afloat. And if the wars do pop off, they can see themselves, you know what I'm saying, jumping in the forefront and being the most world dominant country. Because why? They pattern it and they got most of their gifts in the way that they think and they politics from Babylon. You know what I'm saying? So watch this real quick. Let me get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48 and verse 11. And this is the reason why, you know what I'm saying, Moab feels the way they do, because if you think about it, there ain't really been no pressure being put on Moab like it been on Ishmael and how it been in the Middle East. They haven't been getting that pressure. You know what I'm saying? They kind of been making their money. A lot of the clothes and the shoes and the things that we wear over here, it come from over there. You know what I'm saying? And what they've been doing in the background, they ain't had too much pressure on them. So what they've been doing is they've been building their military up. You know what I'm saying? Politicking with America, doing this, trading, getting their money up, getting their military up, observing and seeing what these other countries doing so they can try to stay afloat. But watch this, read that.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 11.
Right.
Moab have been at ease from his youth.
So they have been at ease from their youth since they became a nation. They have been at ease. It ain't been too much smoke that they have been having to clear out. You know what I'm saying? They ain't have to been standing on business as much. Read on.
He have settled on his lead.
Right.
He have not been empty from his vessel to vessel.
And he ain't been broken. Ain't nobody came over there and took nothing from the Moabites, read.
Neither have he gone into captivity.
And as you can see, can't nobody say that they done enslaved the so-called Chinese man. So they kind of been over there stacking up. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do their thing, and they have increased greatly in riches and military. Because why? Nobody has put pressure on these people. Read on.
Therefore, his taste remain in him.
He said what?
His taste remain in him.
And so therefore his taste remain in him. He feel good about himself. They building, you know what I'm saying? They looking up to their big brother or their idol, you know what I'm saying, which is America, the great Babylon, read.
And his scent is not changed.
And his scent is not changed. He haven't changed his ways up. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he been profiting since he's been following the ways of Babylon the Great. And now he feel like, you know what I'm saying, if my stench or my scent haven't got stanky, why change it now? But check this out. It's a twist to it. Read verse 15 real quick.
Verse 15. Moab is spoiled.
Right.
And gone up out of her city.
Right.
And his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter.
And this is a future prophecy, read.
Say of the king whose name is the Lord of hosts.
Watch this. This next verse is very important. So like what we just seen is that video, you know what I'm saying? Why is China afraid of the U.S. Air Force? This is why they're afraid of it, because they know even though they are patterning themselves after America, it's still not enough. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know what I'm saying, ain't nobody really brought no smoke their way, they still feel like, oh, we good though. But watch this. Read that verse 16.
The calamity of Moab is near to come.
And the Lord said the calamity and the destruction of Moab is near to come. So they can keep waxing comfortable and keep trying to invest and become a world power one day, or try to keep up with America or Russia. But the Bible tells you the calamity of Moab is on the way, read.
The calamity of Moab is near to come.
Right.
His affliction is near to come. No, so like his affliction
hastes fast. And the Lord said their affliction hastes fast, man. So, you know, hey, these videos are very good videos, and what it's showing you that it aligns up with the Bible. This is why they're afraid, because they know, biblically speaking, these other nations know the prophecies, and they know and understand that the things that they're doing is not going to be enough in that day, you know what I'm saying, when all hell break loose. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bring that out.
Great precepts, man. Listen, this is I wanted to I don't want to play the whole video because y'all can see it. I want to give y'all y'all can look at the video. The top right there is from One Discovery, right? That's the channel of it. The channel on YouTube. They got a lot of great videos about the war that's brewing. It's called Why China is Afraid of U.S. Air Force. So y'all can see the whole video. I was just giving y'all the gist of it. Is that's a 22-minute video. We're not gonna play that because we got a lot more to go into. But just keep that in mind. Israel ain't they're not going in this thing. They're not going in it blindfolded. You know what I'm saying? They're not going in it blindfolded. They not trying to they not trying to just rush into this because America got them things. You know what I'm saying? They still the big bully on the block, right? They still the big bully on the block. But I wanted to go into this now, right? This is this is and it's all prophecy because we talking about China now, right? We talking about China, the BRICS, right? But this happened over the past week, right? This one happened over the past week. Now watch this here. This thing is getting crazy. It's getting spooky out here, right? Check this one out. Right. Y'all can see the screen. Now this happened over the week. This says now bear with us because it's gonna they're gonna speak in I guess Korean, Chinese, whatever they speaking in. You could read, I'm gonna read the bottom of it so y'all can understand what's going on, right? But it says Kim Jong-un drives Putin during state visit to North Korea. So and from what I was told, this Rolls Royce or whatever type of vehicle, that's what it looked like to me, a Rolls Royce, big body, extremely expensive. This was a gift. I don't know if it was a gift from Putin to Kim Jong-un or from Kim Jong-un to Putin, but they giving gifts. Israel, they riding around taking selfies. It looked like damn near doing donuts. Now, why would they be celebrating and moving like this? Because like Judge Eli just said a little while ago, the nations know the prophecy. The nations know the scriptures. So I'm gonna slow the video up and pause it so I can read the words because they talking in one of them Asian accents, right? Check this out, y'all. This they out there, they having a good old time, man. Look at that big body. Now it says President Putin and Kim Jong-un enjoyed a bonding session in North Korea during a state visit. So it was in North Korea. So I'm guessing Kim Jong-un gave this to Putin. He's paying homage to the next world leader because this is going to be the next world leader, right? He gave him a bunch of gifts. Watch this here.
보약 조인식에 이어 러시아 연방 대통령 울라지미르비치 푸틴 동지와
Putin and Kim took turns in driving a Russian-built Urus limousine. Oh, it's Russian-built. See, they not even dealing with, I don't know where the Bentley, who created the Bentley, what car, what country that come from. So this is a Russian goddamn Bentley. So they enjoying this ride, man. Watch this here.
수산 영빈관 정원 구역에서 시간을 함께 보내시며 친교를 도터히 하셨습니다.
They spinning the block, goddamn. Look at them.
김성은 동지께서는 선물 받은 승용차의 성능을 높이 평가하시며 훌륭한 차를 선물로 받은 데 대하여 다시금 대통령 동지에게 사의를 표하셨습니다.
Have you seen that? He ain't even driving in the lane, man. They got no cares in the world. They swerving through the lanes. You know what I'm saying? No traffic, but they swerving through it. It says Kim also gave Putin a pair of Pungasun dogs, a local breed, state media reported. Look, he giving them dogs and everything. Look at this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he gave them dogs for pets or to eat because, you know, Moab is different, man. right?
putin 대통령 동지는 이에 사의를 표시했습니다. 금수산 용빈관 정원에서 putin 대통령 동지에게 우리나라의 국견인 풍산깨 한 쌍을 선물하셨습니다. putin 발사장에서 평양으로 이어진
Look, I don't know if he's giving them the horses.
뜻깊은 상봉과 회담을 통하여 새 시대의 상과 목표 실현을 위한 중요한 문제들에서 만족한 교내 일치를 이룩한 데
Putin and Kim agreed to a new military pact guarantees military assistance for both countries. Now, mind you, remember, Kim Jong-un, his missiles, they were duds. They was blowing up in midair. Russia has the most nukes in the world, and we're going to show you that, and we're going to prove it. And they got the biggest nuke in the world. So they have nukes. North Korea hasn't got they nukes up yet. So they're giving military assistance to both countries. And what does North Korea have that Russia don't got? They got a better air. They got a better air force. So now they trading resources, right? Watch this here. Now Kim Jong-un is driving. I know Putin looked kind of nervous because you got the Chinese that, from what I heard, they're the worst drivers, and from what I experienced, they're the worst drivers in the world because they got no peripheral vision.
에 대하여 평가하시고 훌륭한 역사와 전통을 기반으로 하는 조로 설린 우호 관계를
Look at Putin. That joker looked nervous with Kim Jong-un driving.
두 나라 인민들의 지향과 염원에 부응하는 새로운 높은 단계로 계속 활력 있게 추동해 나갈 의지를 필요하셨습니다.
That man looked nervous, huh? Watch his head.
계속 활력 있게 추동해 나갈 의지를 필요하셨습니다. 염원에 부응하는 새로운 높은 단계로 계속 활력 있게 추동해 나갈 의지를 필요.
Putin looked nervous as hell, man. So the countries are coming together, man. The countries are coming together. World leaders, world powers are coming together, right? Now, mind you, I want to jump into another video before we expound on this, but you got the gist of it. But this man is paying homage because they know the prophecy. Of course, they smiling and laughing. They like, yo, we're going to win this war. We know we're going to win because the God of the Israelites said we're going to win. Yahweh said that we're going to win. So they having a good time. Now watch this here. Right? Let me share this thing here. Watch the homage. Watch the respect. Watch the celebration that North Korea is giving to Putin. And of course, because he's arming them with nuclear missiles. And guess what? They know they ain't going to use them on each other. Right? Watch this here. Watch this celebration. You thought the car was something, right? You thought the car drive was something. Look at this here. Watch this here.
Russia and North Korea have taken a step toward improving relations as President Vladimir Putin and Kim Jong-un signed a strategic partnership agreement today. Both sides pledged to help each other's defense and security and to fight off sanctions. Stephanie Tsai has the story.
As the Russian jet rolled into Pyongyang, the North Koreans rolled out the red carpet. Leader Kim Jong-un welcomed President Vladimir Putin to North Korea for the first time in 24 years. As Putin looks for support for his war in Ukraine, Kim hopes to find an economic and military ally. The tone for the summit was set with a sturdy embrace. In recent years, the countries have flirted with stronger ties. Kim Jong-un first traveled to Russia in 2019 and again in 2023 to meet Putin, but neither trip produced a formal alliance. The U.S. accuses North Korea of sending ammunition and weapons to Russia for its war in Ukraine and worries that in exchange, Russia is boosting North Korea's nuclear program. Kim and Putin have denied it, since such a trade would violate UN sanctions. But in March, a Russian veto on the Security Council ended the UN's monitoring of nuclear sanctions on North Korea and raised alarm bells.
We highly appreciate your consistent and unwavering support for Russian policy. I'm referring to our fight against the hegemonic policy imposed for decades, the imperialist policy of the United States and its satellites.
Today's summit formalized the strongest relationship between the two countries since the Cold War.
우리 두 나라 사이 관계는
Our two countries' relations have been elevated to a new high level of alliance, laying the legal groundwork for the grand ideas of leadership of the two countries.
The treaty includes military technical cooperation between the two countries, a mutual defense pact, and opposition to Western sanctions against North Korea. Before the agreement was announced, the Pentagon raised red flags.
I just want to say that it said in opposition to West sanctions, because America's giving sanctions to everybody. They putting sanctions on everybody. America's saying if what they saying, like the King of New York said, if there's a dime bag or a nickel bag sold in the park, I want in, right? Okay. It's saying I want in. So that's what's going on right now. They putting all these sanctions on all these countries, and the countries is like, oh yeah, you gonna do that to us? Now watch us come together and see what you could do to us, right? So let me play the rest of the video. Unless you want to chime in on it, we could break, you know what I'm saying? We could break the video into parts.
Yeah,
we can do that, Eli?
Over here.
Huh?
Yeah, we got a couple precepts over here. Go ahead.
Go ahead. So we'll hold it down. Go ahead.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 17. And he reads, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corner of Moab, and destroy all the children of Sheth. And Edom shall be a possession. So what the Most High be saying over here is a prophecy that when Christ come back, he's finna make all these wars. He's finna put all these people, and it's all because of the Lord. You know, the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart. Right now, all these nations and all these people out there, these people got the money. These people got the power, but they're about to go to war. They don't even know why, because it's all of the Most High. But come.
God, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 30.
Yeah.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and verse 30. The mighty men of Babylon have forborne to fight. They have remained in their holes. Their might have failed. They became as a woman. They have burned. Her dwelling places and her bars are broken. Verse 31. One post shall run to meet another, and one messenger to meet another to shew the king of Babylon that his city is taken at one end. So that's what it's going to be. At the end of the day, America think they're going to withstand against these other nations, but they're going to get conquered by other nations, as Eli and Chief is going into. And right here in verse 41, it says, how is Shishak taken, and how is the praise of the whole earth surprised? How is Babylon becoming astonishment among the nations? So Babylon, America is going to be a laughing stock amongst all the other nations. So Khan, I just wanted to share that.
Khan, and just to, let me back off of that, man. Like what we seeing in these videos, man, these nations are letting us know. Like when you read the prophecy and they tell you that Babylon is going to be destroyed by the countries of the east. Look at what these countries out there in that way are doing. You know what I'm saying? You got Moab, you got North Korea and Russia teaming up. You know what I'm saying? These are two threats to Babylon the Great. You got the thing spiraling out of control in the Middle East. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? What these countries are doing, we're not seeing this stuff because, I just want to be buddy with you, or like Chief Ephraim said, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look at it, man. These people, he paying homage to the dude that he thinks he's the next world power president to rule the world. You know what I'm saying? So what these countries know is World War III is on the way, and we know that America is about to get took out the way. But what they don't understand is once they get taken out the way, they finna get taken out the way. But contrary to that, look at what they doing, man. They trying to prepare themselves for it, man. They know the war is on the way. So it's like, if you know the war on the way, you're not finna go team up with no hush puppies. You know what I'm saying? You finna go team up with the big dogs, the people you know gonna stand on business, or they can give you the proper weapons that you need to stand on business. You know what I'm saying? So when the wars do pop off, you will be able to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So this right here is a big deal, and people shouldn't sleep on this, man, because I'm telling you, North Korea and Russia being together, that's a crazy alliance, man. But you got it, King.
Baba Kashar, can you get Joel 2 and 1?
Come.
Joel 2 and 1. Yeah, it is, and mind you, North Korea is not part of the BRICS yet, but obviously they done bought when these rappers, right? When these rappers be claiming gangs like Tekashi 6ix9ine, they say he bought his way into the Bloods, right? Some of these rappers, they buy their way in. So Jim Calhoun just basically bought his way into the BRICS, even though he had a seat already. But he like, yo, I'm with y'all, man. Here, I'll come with gifts. And what they say, a gift destroyeth the heart, man. So that man he came through with poodles. He gave him the Chinese poodle dogs, right? Then gave the man a whole. Wait till you see the rest of the video. They put the man on the big screen. You know what I'm saying? He got the little Moabite girls throwing the flowers, all types of stuff going on, right? So get that, Baba Kashar.
Whoever y'all read. I got it. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2 and verse 1. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh at hand.
And see, it is nigh at hand right now, man. The servants, and not just, of course, our congregations, but all the Israelites that's putting in work on them streets, the ones that's warning the people, whether they're on the streets, whether they're on the internet, these are the true servants of the Lord, man. These are the ones that's warning the people, right? So we're letting y'all know that the day of the Lord is at hand. Go ahead.
A day of darkness and of luminous, a day of cloud and thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountain, a great people and a strong, there had not been ever the Salagia. There had not been ever the like.
Right.
Neither shall be any more after it, even to the year of many generations.
And this is, of course, our Israel's being risen, but the nations are being risen up. The Lord is putting that spirit of war upon the nations. And I got this other clip that I'm gonna play with an Edomite, a so-called white man, explaining he got it makes sense, but he ain't all the way there. But he's calling Vladimir Putin the savior of Israel. Now he's going left with it, but listen to what he say. I don't even want to talk about it. I just want to show the video, but I want to go more into this because he's showing that Vladimir Putin is a reaper. That's what he explained, that he's a reaper, man. Okay, everybody's talking about this thing, and y'all worried about what? What is our nation worried about right now? What is America worried about? Pride Month, man. Pride Month. All these bills is being passed for war, for the draft, for sanctions on nations. The nations are coming together, and you jokers in America is worried about some goddamn Pride Month, man. Go ahead.
A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yeah, and nothing shall escape them.
You see that? So before us is like the Garden of Eden. Behind us is all types of hell and madness going on. And that's the future of our people, man. As the so-called white man decrease, we're increasing, right? 2nd Ezra 6:9, the beginning was it the end is Esau and Jacob is the beginning that followeth, right? Go ahead.
The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and the horsemen, so shall they run.
And that's what the nations are doing. They're getting their flying jets. They're getting their warships ready. They got warships on the border of Cuba, right? They got all these different things happening, man. They literally feeding the horses carrots, goddamn. Go ahead.
Like the noise of chariots on the top of mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoured the stubble. As a strong people set in battle array.
They getting for war. They're getting ready for war, man. You're going to see and hear things you ain't never seen or heard before. Only in the movies, right? You're going to realize that science fiction is not really science fiction no more. Go ahead.
Before their faces, the people shall be much pain. All face shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march, every one on his way, and they shall not break their ranks.
And the Most High, he's raising up us too. Even in our division amongst camps, amongst congregation, the Lord is raising us up, man. And eventually when the Most High reveals who's who, when he reveals, you're going to see the 144,000. You're going to see all these brothers and, you know what I'm saying, moving back and forth with spiritual power. You're going to be like, because ain't no way we're going to be able to escape certain things, man. Unless we got that divine intervention from the Lord. We food. You know what I'm saying? We don't got no tunnels. We don't got no bunkers. We don't got spaceships. We don't got ships to go on the sea. We don't got nothing. So the Most High gotta interrupt and interfere and put a certain spirit on certain men. And then when the people see who these men are, because you're gonna see the spiritual power, you're gonna see God in those men, right? And Most High willing, we are part of that elect. But you're gonna see the Most High. You're gonna see that spirit of the Heavenly Father upon these men, man. And they're gonna be doing some things that you only seen on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's gonna come to that because we don't got. Every nation got these nuclear bombs. What the hell do we got? You got a little 38 special. You got a Draco, right? You got the AR with the scope. You got the automatic shotgun. Got the extendo on the shotgun, right? What do we got? That ain't doing nothing to some nuclear missiles and them goddamn bombers, right? Them ships flying that supersonic speed that can't be detected. Nigga, you can barely hit your target now as a Negro. So how you gonna shoot at a plane that's moving supersonically, man? Right? Go ahead.
Neither shall one trust another. They shall walk every one in his path. And if they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded.
And you're gonna see that. People ain't gonna be trusting nobody. Right? There's gonna be a lot of looting. There's gonna be a lot of graping, right? There's gonna be a lot of that going on. That's when we're gonna realize, for you single black women out there, right? When all of this stuff is happening, when you single black women out there, right? When you LGBTQ women out there, when you say you don't need a man, this day, you ain't gonna say nothing. You gonna wish and hope and seek a man of the Lord. Right? Some of y'all just gonna give up the ghost and just be even with a wicked man just to have some type of protection. Right? This thing is coming, man. You're gonna need that help. It ain't gonna be nobody you can trust. It's gonna be all hell out here. And we're getting to that. Once one of these missiles hit or something happens where the power grid goes off in America, all hell finna break loose. You're gonna see the purge 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? You're gonna see the purge. This thing, the Bible is so vivid and so real that these jokers is taking selfies and doing donuts and swerving through the lanes, having a good old time because they know about the Lord's prophecy. They know about this Bible, right? Because just not too long ago, Vladimir Putin released the votes of the Black Christ, right? The Russian icons, showing y'all that who's the people of the book. So he knows the truth. That's a given. He knows what's going on. He knows what's written in this book. But you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you don't know what's going on. Go ahead.
They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb up upon the whole houses. They shall enter in at the window like a thief.
And that's going to happen. That's going to be Israelites. That's going to be nations. It's going to be pandemonium. It's going to be all types of stuff going on out here. Go ahead.
The earth shall quake before them. The heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining.
Right. And when is that going to happen? When them nuclear missiles hit, man. You ain't going to see nothing. All that debris going to be in the air. Right? Everything going to be darkened. Go ahead.
And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrified. Salagia. And very terrible. And who can abide it?
Right. So who gonna abide in it? You know what I'm saying? Eli, I don't know if you wanted to expound.
Yeah, get Isaiah 32 real quick. Because you're making a damn good point, man. A lot of people, a lot of sisters, you know what I'm saying, particularly a lot of sisters don't realize, you know what I'm saying, that the way that this world is going, you know what I'm saying, they got to get right. You know what I'm saying? Because we understand with prophecy, it tells you that in these last days, a woman shall surpass a man by the craftiness of Esau. But now they done got a little bit too comfortable knowing that they have compassed men in this society, right? To where now all these things going on, a lot of these sisters really not hip to what's going on, neither do they care. You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? They making millions on OnlyFans. They making millions in the strip club. They making millions just off conversation with jokers. You know what I'm saying? Getting a lot lizard game on. You know what I'm saying? Making they monetizing, making little vlogs on YouTube, vlogs on Instagram. And a lot of these sisters don't give a doggone about what war is taking place and what wars is about to take place, because the only thing they care about is what they're right now. And we know that Jakes don't care too, but it's a lot of women in these last days who really gonna get a reality check when them bombs start dropping, when famine start coming out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? These nations start, you know what I'm saying, ravishing women. They gonna start realizing now that, hey, I should have been on point. I should have been more hipped. I should have been on game to what was going on. So read that real quick for me.
From the top?
No, verse 8, verse 9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
He said what?
Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
Read.
Hear my voice, ye careless daughters.
What he called them, you careless daughters, because a lot of you sisters really don't care about nothing but throwing it in a circle, breaking a man, you know what I'm saying, getting spoiled, getting treated. Oh, nigga, I don't need you. You know what I'm saying? And y'all really not being, you know what I'm saying, built up and getting put on game of what's about to come to this world. A lot of you women are going to need heads in this day, bro. You're not going to be able to survive. A lot of y'all feel like y'all got that little Glock 22 in your purse, Glock 40, the little 9mm, that you feel like that's going to hold a man off in that day. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sorry to tell you, sister, that's not going to be enough in these days. Read on.
Give ear into my speech.
And you need to be giving ear into these commandments and giving ear into these prophecies that we bringing out. A lot of people are being blinded by the things of this world. Sexy Red, Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion. All these butt shaking challenges are deceiving y'all and getting y'all caught up out there to where y'all throwing these TikToks where y'all twerking, shaking your butt, showing off your little harlot clothes. And when that day come, when all hell break loose and ain't no laws being kept in America, y'all gonna be the first ones whose house get ran up in, and brothers gonna be trying to lay hands on you. And I ain't talking about the Christian way. Because why? Y'all not watching. Y'all putting yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Read on.
Many days and years shall ye be troubled.
And the Lord says it's going to be many days and, it's going to be some years that the daughters of Zion are going to be troubled. Because why? All hell is going to be breaking loose in these last days. Read.
Ye careless woman.
Read.
For the vintage shall fail. The gathering shall not come.
Read.
Tremble, ye women that are at ease.
And the Lord said a lot of you women should be trembling, right? So, a lot of you sisters do have to repent, get more on board, get more knowledge and understanding, and realize in these days when all hell break loose, you gonna need a head to survive, right? But also to switch topics on this same topic about, Babylon the Great, and you got Gog and Magog and Moab in the Bible, right? But that's North Korea and Russia. Give me Revelation 17 real quick. I'm gonna be real quick with this. You know what I'm saying? And start at verse 16, and then Hakai, you give me second Ezekiel 16. And we're gonna start at verse 35. I'm gonna read these two precepts real quick and I'm gonna pass it back. Read that.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 16.
Verse 14,
Salakia 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings. And they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
Read on.
And he said unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth.
Where Babylon is sitting there. So right now you got to understand that Babylon got embassies in all these different countries, right? They're sitting amongst all these other nations. Read on.
Our people and multitude, and nations and tongues.
Specifically the EU as well, right? Read on.
And the 10 horns.
And the 10 horns is the EU, the 10 nations, right? The 10 common markets. Read on.
Which thou sawest upon the beast. These shall hate the whore.
And why are they going to hate the whore? Because like what Chief Ephraim just brought out, bro. America is polluting. A lot of these countries don't get down with the way that Babylon is getting down. You know what I'm saying? You got a top class sodomite flying a fighter jet trying to go drop bombs, or you got, effeminacy ruling in their military, and they kind of mocking everything that the way that these countries traditionally used to have war. And these countries are going to begin to hate this country because why? They're going to realize that this country is decreasing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a respect for war no more. It just kind of is what it is country. And they're going to realize that if we want to stay on top, if we want to survive, we got to click up with these people who want Babylon gone and get them out of here. Read on.
And shall make her desolate.
And shall what?
And shall make her desolate.
So the EU don't click up with the North Koreans and with the Russians, and they're going to get Babylon the Great out of there because why? This country is an abominable place. The military is becoming abominable, right? These other countries going to be over there prepping for World War III and trying to survive, and you're going to have the soldiers from Babylon over there having sodomite orgies. You know what I'm saying? They just going down there looking to pop something new. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're going to be looking forward to. They not sitting over there practicing in the field shooting. They over there practicing, hey, let me see if this thing my uncle taught me back in the hood gonna work on this foreign woman right here. Read on.
And shall make her desolate.
Right.
And naked.
And who?
And naked.
And they're gonna expose her, read.
And shall eat her flesh.
Read on.
And burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire. Now read what you got in Ezekiel 16, verse 35.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 16, verse 35.
Read.
Wherefore, O harlot, hear the word of the Lord. Thus saith the Lord God, because thy filthiness was poured out, and thy nakedness discovered through thy whoredoms.
Through thy what?
Through thy whoredoms.
Read.
With thy lovers, and with all the idols of thy abominations, and by the blood of thy children, which thou didst give unto them.
Watch this.
Behold, therefore, I will gather all together that love it.
He said he gonna gather all the countries that, you know what I'm saying, that Babylon the Great loves, read.
With whom thou hast taken pleasure,
right?
And all them that has loved, with all them that has hated.
Watch this.
And I even gather them round about against thee.
And that's what we see right now. We see North Korea and Russia clicking up. You're going to have other more countries clicking up. You're going to have the EU. They're going to start linking up with other countries because why? Everybody is starting to hate the way that this country get down. You know what I'm saying? World wars is popping off. And look at how, you know what I'm saying, Sleepy Joe kind of did the, you know what I'm saying, the Amalekites. You know what I'm saying? When all hell was breaking loose over there, he kind of playing both sides. You don't think these nations taking notes of how Babylon the Great is moving with people and how they trying to stay afloat? But everything that they do is kind of hypocrisy. That's why when you read the book of Isaiah 10, it say this is a hypocritical nation because everything that this country do is hypocrisy in it. It's fake. It's two-faced. You know what I'm saying? If you want to know who the backdooring kings is, it's Babylon the Great. And this is why all these countries are going to click up and they're going to make this place an utter waste. You know what I'm saying? That's it on that verse. Go ahead and finish that.
And will discover thy nakedness.
And they're going to discover the secrets of this country, the weaknesses of this country, read.
Unto them, and they may see all thy nakedness.
Did they what?
And they will see all thy nakedness.
All right. And we good on there right there. But yeah, man. So basically, this is the reason why we see a lot of these countries linking up, these major world countries who got high military experience. They linking up because why? A lot of countries not down with the way that Babylon is getting down. The way that this country was moving when they first was established is nothing like how they getting down now. Why? Because what they trying to do is pervert the word of God. But with them doing so, the skirt is being lifted up and they're being exposed, and a lot of these countries ain't trying to get down with that. That ain't the move no more. So they're gonna turn their back on these people. But you got it, King.
Come, yeah, great precepts. Can y'all see this, or y'all can't see the video? I don't know what's going on with this video.
It said couldn't preview file.
That's what it say. Man, this. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to do this. Salakia, but y'all just really need to hear the words anyway, Israel. Let me take that off the screen. This is an Edomite, right? I'm gonna play it from my phone because I don't know what's going on. I done downloaded it mad times, but it's not letting me do it on there. So I'm gonna play it off my phone. It's a minute and 30 seconds. Listen to what this Edomite said, man. Watch this here. Salakia, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go, Salakia. I'm gonna have to go to Instagram real quick and get it from this brother's joint because it's not letting me. It's not. I don't know why it's not letting me play it. Watch this here.
Shalom, TikTok. How the hell are you? You know what's a crying shame? Is the white elite has dumbed down the Hebrew so bad that he thinks he's a Negro. You know, I was just thinking about that. They don't even know who they are. Now, you talking about a crying shame is to not even know who you are. Don't even know who your real daddy is. They think their daddy is a white guy on a cross hanging up in front. That's how bad it is. And they can't see it. They think that they got to stay in their mental slavery and keep worshiping the white man's Jesus. But man, it's terrible. It really is terrible. But I wanted to bring you Hebrews, you know, the ones that know who you are and everything. I wanted to bring y'all a bit of good news. You know, the good news is old Putin is coming to save you. Yahuwah. See, they haven't figured out old Putin is Yahuwah's army. See, they're all united against Babylon, and they're all coming to take Babylon down and to take Yahuwah's crop out. These are what's called reapers in the Bible. When you read the Bible, Shalom to you.
So the man said, did y'all hear that?
King, that was the most Edomitish way of shalom I ever heard in my life.
Hey man, the man said Putin is coming to save the true Israelites, right? He's a reaper he said he's part of Yahweh's army. Putin is part of Yahweh's army. And the way Jim Kong-hoon and all of them is celebrating this man yes, the Most High put his spirit upon him, just like what? Just like he did Cyrus the Persian, right? He put a spirit upon these world leaders. So I want to go back. I want to go back to that, but I just wanted to bring that out because that was crazy how, the white man said that. And he said, you Negroes got to find out who you are. You are the Jews. You are the Israelites. You are the chosen people. And the Lord is doing all of this. Basically, what the white man said, the Lord is doing all of this for our black asses. That's why the Most High is doing all of this. That's why the Most High is moving the chess pieces on the board, right? So you wanted to add something to it?
Yeah, come real quick, because that's the thing you said. Watch this. Give me the book of Psalms, chapter 17, real quick, King. About the shot. Because what he said, well, that's a point. This man just came out and said that Putin is going to be the one that set the Hebrews free. And what he don't understand is Putin really literally not going to be the one, but he's going to be the one that the Most High used to what? Wipe this country out alongside with some other countries, right? So watch this real quick. Give me 17 and then let's see. I'm going to start at verse 9.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 17 and verse 9.
All right.
From the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass about.
Right.
They are enclosed in their own fat.
Right.
With their mouth they speak proudly.
So the Lord, this is a prayer that King David is doing. He's saying, deliver me from the wicked that oppress me, from the deadly enemies who compass me about. We compass about with these wicked Edomites in Babylon, right? Read.
They have now compassed us in our steps. They have set their eyes bound down to the earth.
All right, watch this.
Like as a lion that is greedy of his prey, and as it were a young lion lurking in secret places.
Now watch this. Look at what David through the Spirit is going to call the Edomites. You know what I'm saying? The people who predominantly rule in this world, not just over here in Babylon, but in Russia, in Israel. Look what he's finna call them. Watch this, read.
God, arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked.
Do what?
Deliver my soul from the wicked.
And he said, deliver us from the wicked. Read.
Which is thy sword.
From what?
Which is thy sword.
And the Bible is letting you know that these so-called Edomites who are in Russia, who are in America, who are throughout all Europe and Asia, these people are the sword of the Lord. So it kind of biblically aligns with what that man just said, because why? The Vladimir Putin biblically is the sword of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So that's on point. Read that verse 14 and we're going to be done with that.
Verse 14, from men which are thy hand.
He said from men which are the hand of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So Vladimir Putin, you know what I'm saying, on the left-hand side is the right-hand man who going to handle the business for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to bring that out. Watch this. Read. Keep going. Oh, Yahweh.
Oh, Yahweh, from men of the world which have their portion in this life.
And Vladimir Putin going to deliver us from the Edomites who have their portion in this world over here. They rich. We know what I'm saying? We see them living wealthy. You know what I'm saying? They living in their lofts. You know what I'm saying? So these people are biblically the hand of the Lord, the sword of the Lord. And you know what I'm saying? When that day comes, they are going to be used by the Lord to handle the business and to spiritually pop the war off that when Yahweh shall return, he's going to deliver the Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just wanted to put that in there.
Gone. And the crazy thing is, you know, see, we was having this conversation yesterday, right? Me and Judge Eli about dealing with you know, these different walks of Israelites coming with different understandings, and even the nations are learning. The nations are starting to wake up, right? Because the scriptures tell you in Isaiah was it 16 that it said our father has inherited lies, right? They're gonna know that that we've been telling the truth. They're gonna know. They're gonna find out who, not only who the Lord, the people of the Lord is, but they're gonna find out who the Lord is. They're gonna find out who Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is, and that is you know what I'm saying, is coming to pass. And you can't tell me that Putin ain't being used by the Lord if he opened up the vote of the Russian icons, which Israel been letting that loose forever. You know what I'm saying? That all of that came out, believe it or not, all of that truth of the Russian icons came from the ones that a lot of people love to hate, the One West camps. That's where it came from. The original One West. That's who put it out there, right? One West, the Israelites from One West, the elders from One West brought the Russian icons out way before Vladimir Putin. But Vladimir Putin is just bringing more proof, more burden of proof. And hey, the people believe it when they see it from the nations. When they see a white man say it, they believe it. Now here comes another white man telling you who you are as a people and telling you what's about to happen according to prophecy. But he's a little off. He's a little off with his understanding, but he knows who the people are. He knows that Vladimir Putin is used by the Lord, and they are part of the Most High is the Lord of the hosts, right? He's the hostess with the mostest. He controls all the armies. So yes, all of them, the BRICS, NATO, the EU, they're all a part of the Most High's army. And like Judge Eli just brought out, it's the sword of the Lord. All the nations, especially the white man, is the sword of the Lord, right? So let's go to Joel real quick, Baba Kashaw. Joel 3:9. Joel 3:9. We're gonna chime in on the rest of this video here too. Yeah, the brother Bayan Shakar Yahweh put up Jeremiah 16 verse 19. The water, that was the scripture for father inherited lies, right? And he also put this up. What was it? Joel. Hey man, feel free to put precepts and scriptures in the chat. The more the merrier, man. It's all about edification on the Shabbat. This ain't Mayhem Mondays. That's why we got our heads uncovered. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the pod class. This is more, it's all edification purposes, but this is less entertainment. This is more biblical prophecy and scriptures that we going in on a Shabbat because it's the Lord's Day, right? Job 19:29, it says, "Be ye afraid of the sword, for wrath bringeth the punishment of the sword, that ye may know there is a judgment." See what I'm saying? The water for that precept, man. Feel free to add your precepts in the comment section. If it makes sense according to what we're talking about, we're going to put it up. All praises, man. Right? Take a village. Take a village. Go ahead, King. Joel 3:9.
This is the book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up.
Right? And that's what's happening right now. It's being proclaimed amongst the Gentiles. You got everybody talking about it. except the blacks and Hispanics. Y'all niggas is talking about Kendrick and Drake. That's what y'all worried about, Kendrick and Drake. Meanwhile, you got Joe Biden, and while this world war is going on, now you got a civil war being brewed between Joe Biden's representatives and people that follow him and Donald Trump. It's war. Proclaim this amongst the Gentiles. All the Gentiles is talking about war. This is biblical prophecy, man. Go ahead.
Beat your plowshare into sword, and your pruning hooks into spear. Let the weak say, I am strong.
Right. Take your farm utensils and your farm supplies and get ready for war, goddammit. That's what the Most High is telling you. Get ready for war. Okay? It ain't going to turn your plow, what did it say again? Your plowshares into swords, man. Get ready for war because it's coming. It's brewing. But how do we prepare for war as Israelites? Yeah, you're supposed to physically train. You're supposed to be getting your wind up, getting your endurance up, right? Getting your stamina up, right? Getting your strength up. You're supposed to be doing that, but that's secondary. First is your mind, walking in the spirit, getting your mind ready, getting your spirit ready, right? Keeping the commandments. That's first and foremost. Everything else comes secondary, but it's supposed to be mind, body, and spirit, man. Get your mind, body, and spirit right. But you got to do it by you first started. The first step is the fear of the Lord. And once you fear him, you will keep his commandments, right? That's the beginning. You have to fear the Lord. Okay, go ahead.
Assemble yourself and come, all ye heathens, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty one to come down, O
right.
Lord.
Assemble yourselves. Come ye all. Come one, come all you heathen, goddamn. Okay, go ahead.
Let the heathen be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there will I seek to judge all the heathen round about.
That's the valley of judgment, man. Right? That's what y'all getting ready for. The valley of judgment. Judgment is coming. You know why? Because all you nations, that's why the Lord is putting y'all all in the pot. It's a gumbo pot. He's mixing it up. He's throwing a little bit of everything in there. And he's getting y'all ready for the judgment because all you nations had a hand in our demise. You had a hand you had your foot on the Negro neck. You had your foot on the West Indian neck. You had your foot on the Haitian neck. You had your foot on the Puerto Rican neck. You had your foot on the Cuban neck, on the Dominican neck. You had your foot on the Colombian neck, all through South Central America, right? On the Native American necks, right? We're living on stolen land right now. Everything you have, there's no such thing as a white culture. Everything you had, you stole it. All you nations, you stole everything from us. Where you think China got karate from? That wasn't invented by y'all. Y'all took that from us. The Bible tells you that Jacob is the creator of them all, man. You kept your foot on the Mexican neck, right? You kept your foot on our necks, and the Most High is coming for that big payback, man. And that's what's happening across the globe. The Lord is getting y'all all. Y'all don't even see is the Most High controlling the puppet strings, man, and putting y'all right in position to unfold the prophecy that's written in these scriptures. That's how you know this Bible, there's nothing that can be compared to it, man. Like it says, this Bible is true, and it ain't no white man's book. Because if it is, why would they write their demise and their destruction at the end of the book? Why would that be their prophecy? Why would they want to see them, their own people, their own children, their own women be destroyed? Because it wasn't written by them. This is the finger of the Lord. All right, this is the finger of the Lord to inspire, to inspired and instructed men of the Lord, man. Okay, go ahead.
Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great.
That judgment is coming, man. That judgment is coming to all you evil bastards that had your foot on our necks, man. Go ahead.
Multitude in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision.
That's what it is, the valley of decision, the valley of judgment. Okay, because we don't got no army, but the Lord fights for us. And the Lord is only going to fight for those that's keeping his commandments and that fear him and that are seeking the kingdom and his righteousness first. And all these things shall be added unto us. Right? Go ahead.
The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the star shall withdraw their shining.
It's coming. That nuclear war is coming. Go ahead.
The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake, but the Lord will be the hope of his people and the strength of the children of Israel.
And that's who our hope and our strength is, man. It's not how much you train. It's not all the guns you got. It's not all about the ammo you got. It got nothing to do with that. That's cool. You can use it for self-defense when the time comes, right? But it's all about that divine intervention that we get, that connection with our Abba, our Father, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. The only way we get it is by fear and keeping his commandments. You want to add something, Eli?
Yeah, Con, real quick, because you were just on fire with that, King. I'm going to go back to 2nd Ezra 16 again, right? And then I'm going to start at verse 34. You know what I'm saying? Because what a lot of us, what we are doing here, and this is through the Spirit, you know what I'm saying? We diving in on a lot of these prophecies, and we also speaking their reality. We got to prepare ourselves. You know what I'm saying? You brothers and sisters who are coming into this truth, you understanding what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You understanding that the Israelites going to rule forever. We're going to have slaves. You know what I'm saying? Some brothers going to have, you know what I'm saying, up to, any amount of wives. We got to rebuild the kingdom, right? But in a sense, before you get there, you got to understand that these things are got to take place. You know what I'm saying? It's not finding out you an Israelite, then boom, we just waiting to get these riches in paradise and slaves in the kingdom. Like, no, you got to go through something and you got to endure. And like what Chief Ephraim just said, bro, we the warriors in this thing, right? So how should warriors be moving, right? Read that real quick, King. Baba Shah.
2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 34.
Come on.
In the war shall their bridegrooms be destroyed.
So the Bible prophesies that in the wars that are to come, many men are going to be destroyed. A lot of men are going to die. We can't overlook that. We can't act like it's not going to happen. It is what it is. A lot of brothers are going to die, read.
And their husbands shall perish of famine.
And their husband, and a lot of men going to perish of the famine, read.
Verse 35. Hear now these things.
So what it be a wise thing to do is hear these things that we're bringing out, the information that we're bringing out and aligning with the scriptures. Hear these things and read.
Hear these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord.
And they say also, as you servants of the Lord, understand them. Keep going.
Verse 36. Behold, the word of the Lord receive it. Believe not the gods of whom thy Lord spake.
Watch this. Now jump down to verse 40. This is the point.
Verse 40. Oh, my people, hear my word.
Hear my word, because what Chief Ephraim just went into, he said the nations are preparing for war. But what are you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans doing? If you're not doing nothing and you're looking for a God to do something, or what should I be doing? The Lord is about to tell you right now through the prophet Ezra. Read that.
make you ready to the battle.
Well, he said what?
Make you ready to the battle.
So you got to make yourself ready for the battle that's to come. If World War III is prophesied to come, you have to prepare yourself for World War III, right? Read.
And those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth.
And it says, and in them evil days, and in them evil times be as pilgrims on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got you, bro. When all hell break loose, don't be trying to continue to fit in with the ways of this world or get down with the ways of this world. You know what I'm saying? When these things get to happen, you know what I'm saying? Prepare yourself. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, prepare yourself for the battle. And you know what I'm saying? And if it's telling you prepare yourself for a battle, what is it biblically telling you that you are in the Lord's eyes? Salaki, not only are you a servant, but you a soldier as well. And as a soldier, this is also a thing that the Lord is telling you. Read that real quick, King. Then you get your point. 2 Timothy 2, start at verse 1.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Read.
Thou therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua Mashiach.
Come on.
And the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses,
right?
The same commit thou to faithful men,
right?
Who shall be able to teach others also,
right?
Thou therefore endure hardness.
It said what?
Thou therefore endure hardness.
So the things that's about to come into this world today, the Lord tell us that thou therefore endure these hardness, the famines, the wars, the plagues, the tribulation. Read.
As a good soldier.
As a what?
As a good soldier.
This is how you prepare yourself for the battle. You have to prepare yourself to be able to endure. Take heed to the commandments, like Chief said. You know what I'm saying? Watch as well as pray. When you in the military, you know what I'm saying, and you in another enemy's land, you're not going to be sitting over there just chilling, lollygagging, not observing your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Like they said in the world, you standing on your 10. You know what I'm saying? You looking, trying to see what's going on. So in this book or in this world, in the spirit, you got to be watching and observing the moves too. Read.
As a good soldier of Yahushua.
Read.
Verse 4, no man that war.
So if we know we are men of war, we are godly men, we are about to be in a spiritual war. It say no man that's in war. Read.
Entangle himself with the affairs of this.
And we can't be getting caught up in all these affairs of this life. We have to separate ourselves mentally and spiritually and physically and prepare ourselves for these things that's about to come on the earth. You know what I'm saying? Like Chief Ephraim bringing out mighty videos that I guarantee a lot of people ain't even seen. Don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Don't realize that these nations clicking up because some bodies about to start dropping. So we're seeing these things as, you know what I'm saying, men of the Lord and soldiers of the Lord. We have to, you know what I'm saying, endure these hardnesses and separate ourselves from the affairs of this life. So we might be called good soldiers by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Keep going.
That he may please him who have chose him to be a soldier.
And that is by, you know what I'm saying, removing ourselves from the affairs of this life. It said we will please the man that made us, you know what I'm saying, his soldiers, which is who? Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. So, you know, I just wanted to elaborate on that and show, you know what I'm saying, what we must do when the battle pop off. We preparing for battle as well. We preparing for a battle to endure, go through Jacob's trouble. Some of us might get in prison. Some of us might be beheaded, but guess what? It is what it is, man. We ready to get down and get dirty with it. You know what I'm saying? Are you? So go ahead, King.
Beautiful points that the brother brought out. Just to add on, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 53, verse 7. It says, he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before the shears is dumb. So he openeth not his mouth. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgressions of my people was he stricken, and he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth, yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. Just to let me back what the brother was just saying, even though we doing what we supposed to do, like keeping the laws, having faith in, the Lord and stuff like that, we still got to prepare ourselves to go through something. And another precept to add on to that one, I'm going to get Ecclesiastes 2 and verse 5. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2, and verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So just saying we gotta go through something.
Yeah, like the brother said, man, in the furnace of adversity, when that fire get hot and it's on them feet, on that back, on your body, hey man, it's gonna show who really about it and who really not, man. You know what I'm saying? So, you got something? All right, so with that, you know what I'm saying, you got it, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the rest of this video, and then we're gonna go in on some more things. Hey man, it's all prophecy, man. And hey, we still doing this off the free StreamYard. We're gonna tap in. We're gonna use it free until we can't no more. But we wanna upgrade it. And hey man, y'all know, email us, support the ministry, hit the like button if you ain't in there, and press the like yet. You know what I'm saying? And help the ministry move, man, because we got a lot of things brewing, and we got a lot of things that happen already that the Most High blessed us with. And we appreciate all the help and the support that y'all gave us. But we trying to mobilize and make things happen all across this globe, man. So make sure y'all hit the like button. The email is TheServants144@gmail. That's TheServants144@gmail. The Cash App is $TheServants. You know what I mean? It can help with all these different things. Y'all see brothers is at the school right now. But I want to play the rest of this video, man. Let me play the rest of this video.
Flags.
The deepening cooperation between Russia and the DPRK is something that should be of concern.
What happens in Europe matters for Asia, and what happens in Asia matters for us.
NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg appeared with Secretary of State Antony Blinken yesterday ahead of the summit.
We've seen, as you've said, Russia try in desperation to develop and to strengthen relations with countries that can provide it with what it needs to continue the war of aggression that it started against Ukraine.
In Pyongyang, the state visit came to an end with dinner and drinks as the two leaders made a show of their deepening partnership.
While the details of what the Russians and North Koreans agreed to has not been made public, some observers are concerned. For more, we turn to Robert Gallucci. He was the U.S. State Department's lead negotiator with North Korea in 1994, when the North agreed to freeze. He's also a professor at Georgetown University. Robert, thank you so much for joining the news hour. So Putin and Kim announced they signed a comprehensive strategic partnership treaty, and Putin called it a breakthrough document. As we start to see some details come out, do you see it that way? Is it a big deal?
It is important and negative. I think it is both those things, but it's not a fundamental change in the nature of relations of major states. It isn't good news in terms of what the North Koreans have been supplying the Russians so that they can more effectively prosecute their invasion and war against Ukraine. That's not good news. And on the other hand, we can't be really sure what it is exactly the Russians are going to transfer to the North Koreans.
Yeah, let's break down the significant parts of what we do know, starting with what Putin called military technical cooperation. Do you think that is a concerning development, the announcement of that? And what could it mean as far as Pyongyang's nuclear weapons capability? What could they transfer?
The key issue is, will the Russians materially assist the North Koreans in having a more effective, more threatening nuclear weapons capability? And by that, I mean not only the weapons themselves, will they be thermonuclear weapons assistance as opposed to simple fission weapons? Will, in other words, the yield go up? Will the confidence that the North Koreans have in their weapons go up thanks to Russian assistance? Will the delivery vehicles, the ballistic missiles, particularly the intercontinental ballistic missiles. There have for a long time been real questions about whether the North should have any confidence in their ICBMs, their ability to deliver nuclear weapons against continental United States, given that they can't be sure that the warheads containing these nuclear weapons would actually survive the trip and reentry and work effectively. And it's not clear at all when, in what we understand will be the language.
Hey, I just wanted to add, if y'all remember when Trump was in office, right? When Trump was in office, Jim Jong-un, his missiles was duds. They couldn't reach. So Trump was mocking them. He called them Little Rocket Man. Y'all remember that? He called him he called him Little Rocket Man because his rockets wasn't touching nothing. They wasn't hitting on nothing. So now Vladimir Putin is giving him that. He bringing what he need. You know what I'm saying? He gonna make him. He gonna turn Little Rocket Man into Big Rocket Man. You know what I'm saying? But that was mad mockery because it was a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? Basically saying your missiles can't hit, but you know what they say about Chinese peepees. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But hey, man, that's Little Rocket Man. But I just wanted to add that, man. Let's play the rest of the video.
Of this, if it's when and if it's released, that the Russians are committing to make these kinds of transfers.
I assume those would be violations of international law and sanctions. Both countries have been under varying sanctions, especially North Korea. And if you believe U.S. officials, both are already violating these sanctions through these arms and ammunition transfers to do with Ukraine. You have engaged in high-level diplomacy with North Korea in the past. What can and should be done now by the Biden administration?
We should deplore what the Russian move signals, and that is first, no longer a willingness on the part of the Russians to see the direction of events to lead to an eventual denuclearization of the peninsula. In other words, the Russians had been aboard with the Chinese and the rest of the world at sanctioning, UN sanctions, sanctioning the North Koreans for their ballistic missile and nuclear weapons development. I think this, if it does nothing else, signals the Russians are no longer aboard, and that ought to be deplored and ought to be criticized.
You said it was bad news. Is it also bad news that part of this agreement includes a mutual defense pact?
I do not know what it means. I certainly, even if I had the text in front of me, and nobody does, as I understand it, it's hard to tell. I mean, when the Russians make a deal, and they have been clear, they don't call it an alliance. The North called it an alliance, but not the Russians. I mean, the last time the Russians made a security commitment that I know of like this was 1994 in the Budapest Memorandum, when they promised that they would not threaten Ukraine's security. Well, we all know what that was worth. We all ought to remember nothing has changed here, really. The North has been providing this military aid to the Russians. The Russians are still pursuing their invasion of Ukraine. We have talked about the one thing that might be important and different, and that is if the Russians started supplying technical assistance to the weapons of mass destruction and delivery vehicles that the North Koreans have been developing for the last 25 years.
Robert Gallucci, thank you so much for joining us with your analysis. Appreciate it.
See that? So basically said they assisting to the thermonuclear missiles that they've been trying to get, right? That they've been trying to achieve and receive, right? So I don't know what Sapar is doing, but I want to go into this real quick. This is also, it says, this is another topic, right? It's on the same topic, but it's talking about, hold on real quick. Let me share the screen. It's saying we never seen a threat like this, right? Since World War II.
General Jack Keane in studio. Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Let's come back to Israel and Hezbollah in a moment. And let's start here with what happened this week, because there's an alliance that we need to pay attention to. Wall Street Journal, here you go. How Putin rebuilt Russia's war machine with help from U.S. adversaries. Iran, North Korea, and China are supplying the people and know-how to tool up Russia's factories and churn out arms for the war in Ukraine. This relationship could be very dangerous for us for a very long time. How do you see it?
Yeah, very much so. 4 days after the State of the Union, our intelligence chiefs came before a scheduled meeting with the Congress, and they said these 4 countries that you have identified here represent a threat to the United States we haven't seen in multiple decades. And looking at this, what we're really facing is collaboration and cooperation among 4 distinct allies. China is a near-peer competitor. Russia is a chronic threat. Iran seeks domination of the Middle East, and in North Korea has a nuclear arsenal with ballistic missiles.
Got to see that vision right there. Those are four different leaders, right? Putin is the head. They all forming under Putin. But that's Iran, that's China, and that's North Korea. Iran wants the Middle East. They want the Middle East. China and North Korea and Russia, they really want America. But Iran want Israel back. They want not Israel, the Israelis. They want the Israelis bad, right? But just look at this. These 4 major powers that's gonna become major powers. You see what I'm saying? And they said rising concerns in the U.S. as the U.S. adversaries align. They've never seen nothing like this. This is too many nations coming together. You see what I'm saying? It's too many nations coming together, right? So let me play the rest of this.
Missiles that can reach the United States. This is serious. We believe at ISW that we haven't seen a threat like this since World War II. Why? Because we could get involved in more than one war in multiple theaters. That is really the issue that we're facing. And here's the problem, Bill. The intelligence chief said this is very serious. We haven't seen it in decades. We're saying we haven't really seen anything like this since World War II. Where is the administration having a frank conversation with the American people about the seriousness of this threat and how it would impact American security? It is not happening. And that is pretty outrageous and shameful.
This as we continue to see these escalating clashes happening in the Middle East. Trey Yingst just gave us a full report between Israel and Hezbollah. Do you believe that they are inching closer to all-out war?
Yeah, they are. And the Israelis have made up their minds that they need to take a look at the Hezbollah situation. We have a map here. Hopefully we can bring it up here that deals with it. But the reality is that 80,000 people who lived in northern Israel have evacuated from northern Israel. And in a sense, Hezbollah has redefined the boundary of northern Israel. The Israelis believe they have got to go in there and deal with Hezbollah. And they have to push them back across the Litani. That's not the right map, but they have to push them back across the Litani River. This is 18 miles from the border. That is the issue. To push them back, they have 2 choices. Run an air campaign only to obviously bomb them and force them to evacuate, or go in on the ground and also conduct an air campaign. Hezbollah is formidable. Hamas is nowhere near Hezbollah's capability. Hezbollah doesn't have the subterranean tunnel complex. But here's the problem. 150,000 rockets and missiles can reach any town or any city and swarm those towns and cities. A force of close to 100,000, not just a terrorist organization, but organized as military formations with artillery and fighting vehicles. When the Israelis went in there in 2006, after several weeks trying to do the same thing, push the Hezbollah back. After several weeks, the operation had failed, and they retreated out of Lebanon, and all 3 service chiefs were relieved of duty as a result of it. They know this will be a very tough fight, but they believe they have to do it if they're going to maintain the sovereignty of Israel and have the border that they want to have.
18 years later, it could be a hot summer again in northern Israel. Let's see if that's the case. Now to Ukraine. We do have a map we can show that you and I have talked about at great length. And what it shows is the Ukrainian capacity on behalf of their military, with extensive help from Western nations, including the United States, with the capacity to hit Russian forces on the Russian side of the border. But this map shows you where the Russian troops are and where the Ukrainians are not allowed to hit.
Yeah, we have a huge problem here, and the administration isn't coming clean about what's actually happening here. Can we put the map back up so I can talk to it a little bit? Yeah, you see that bright red area there across from Ukraine? That is where we can fire HIMARS, or what they call guided multiple rocket launchers, into that. That's 75 kilometers into that. But see all the gray area outside of that? That's the Russian sanctuary where we cannot fire. That's all Russian territory. All the air bases that Russia is using to bomb Ukraine are largely in that area. Those are those little white circles there. Their ground bases, their logistic bases are all in that area. And the administration has told Ukraine they cannot fire the weapons that we've given them, the ATACMS missiles, to fire into that territory. That is absolutely makes no sense to not be able to do that. And it's really handcuffing them in their ability to protect their own people, but also in their ability to bring down the military capability that Russia has. It is very, very vulnerable. And even Russia, they've been on the offense because Ukraine has been on defense this year because they were waiting 6 months to get the weapons. They haven't made much progress at all. They showed up with new soldiers. They're poorly trained, poorly equipped. They made some tactical gains, but were never able to.
See my theory to that, because they saying Russia is having a hard time. I believe Russia is dragging this along, right? They're dragging it because they could destroy. They got nukes, and Putin, he got that spirit that he'll push the button. And they got a military that will destroy Ukraine, right? But he's dragging it because he's testing those waters. He's waiting for America to physically get involved. That's what he's dragging it for. That's what I see. That's my theory. That's what I believe strongly. He's dragging it. It's like, come get it. Come get in this if you want, America. Look, we still here. We ain't going to destroy them yet because we want you to stick your big nose in this business. And once you do that, all hell finna break loose. And that war, they're going to destroy Ukraine. And really, Putin don't want to destroy Ukraine because he's trying to unify with the Ukrainians, because the Ukrainians, they're all the same people. They're all the same people. So he's dragging them along and he's dragging this war so America can stick their nose into a nuclear war. You see what I'm saying? Because Russia could destroy Ukraine any day of the week, right? Especially with they have the largest nuclear missiles. That's what I want to go into. I see Eli flipping the scriptures, but I'm gonna drop this just so y'all know. They said this is the biggest threat since World War II, right? So obviously, what war is coming up next? World War III. We've been telling you this. You want to chime in it?
Yeah, Con, get Psalms 55 and 21, King. What you said, bro, that's really on point. And when you think about it, if it really was Russia kind of panicking, they got rookies out there in the field, they ain't ready for what's to come, they wouldn't be talking about it. And the thing is, what America likes to do is America likes to get in front of us on their podcast or in their media, or what the Bible prophesies is they let their frogs talk. And what they do is they spit out of their mouth a whole lot of confusion and a whole lot of lies, and it sounds good. You know what I'm saying? They got up there, they speaking intelligent, but what they're telling and what they do is they have a hypocritical way of speaking. Like right now, they'll be saying these things and making people in America feel like, oh, well, ain't nothing gonna happen. You know, it's just a whole lot of what ifs and never about what could be. And the whole time, they know that there are people out there who's smart enough to know or they're so-called Trump supporters or they're Biden supporters, these Edomites who are in the place, they understand that, hey, we got to get ourselves ready. So read that real quick.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 55, verse 21.
Yes, Rock 12:10. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
It said the words that be in these Edomites' mouth be smoother than butter. So what he's saying now, they stating facts, but they also stating opinions and not so much truth, right? Read.
But war was in his heart.
But war is in their heart. You know what they just spoke about? They speaking about Hezbollah and Israel, but then they get to talking about the clicking up of, you know what I'm saying, Russia, Iran, China, North Korea. But then they want to try to down it like it's not that serious. Like, oh, well, you know, I heard that, you know, the Russians are kind of just throwing guys out there. It's a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, not professional. They not ready, this and that. But if they not ready, why are you speaking about it? You know what I'm saying? Because America trying to be smooth and proudful at the same time. But at the same time, war is in their heart because they understand it like, all right, we can downplay these dudes, but we can't sleep on these folks. Because why? These people over there doing some real linking up. And if these people link up and start going to war together, you know what I'm saying, we kind of finished. Read on.
His words were softer than oil.
Right.
Yet were they drawing swords.
So right now they speaking soft words that pour like oil, but really they getting ready to draw them swords out because what they see is a potential big threat to this country about to take place. With those allegiance, you know what I'm saying, they speaking on the Ukraine situation, and like what Chief even just brought out, you know what I'm saying, Russia just playing along with Ukraine. If they wanted to wipe Ukraine out, we can all go to sleep tonight and wake up in the morning with breaking news all over the world that, man, Ukraine has been wiped out and now Russia on to the next. So it's not that. And like what he said, I believe strongly too, they waiting for America to do what they do best. They get nosy. They want to go stick their nose in places that they don't got no business sticking it. And, you know, Russia ready to chop it off. You know what I'm saying? So they portraying to us on the media like they really not worried about it. But in reality, they definitely worried about it. You know what I'm saying? They definitely, because if they weren't worried about it, they wouldn't speak about it. So get this, Sirach 12:10.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Right.
Never trust thine enemies.
So the Bible tells you to never trust your enemy, because in this country that we live in, they're going to only tell you what they want you to know. They're not going to tell you the whole truth, and they're not going to always tell you the reality of what's going on, you know?
For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right.
Though he humble himself and go crouching,
right,
yet take good heed and beware of him.
So he said, though he be humble, he's taking the humble route. Esau's coming on these news outlets and being humble, discussing these things. Oh, we should be prepared, or, oh, no, it's not that big of a deal. They not even got the proper soldiers out there. But at the end of the day, don't sleep at what he's saying, because at the end of the day, they saying that Russia's not on point, but you got Russian ships sailing by Cuba, though. You know what I'm saying? So you got to watch what these people say, because they'll tell you one thing, but they really be preparing for another thing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to bring that out. Go ahead and finish that off.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass.
Right.
And thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
Right. And that's plain upon table. You got it, Chief. Go ahead.
You muted, Chief.
Oh yeah, I was just talking. I said I see Captain Lamont in the building, man. Shabbat Shalom, King.
Shabbat Shalom, King. Shabbat Shem Yahweh Shabrakathan.
Yeah, Shabbat Shalom. So yeah, let me add this. Let me add this joint here. Now I want to show something, right? Because this is how you know Russia, and this is going back on point of why I'm talking about why I say them jokers ain't really worried about nothing, and I feel they dragging it. Right? Look at this thing here. The T-SAW, I guess the SAW bomber, the T-silent, right? The SAW bomber, Soviet thermonuclear bomb, right? Watch this here. And I'm gonna show y'all something too. SAW bomber, Soviet thermonuclear bomb that was detonated in a test over Novia Zemlya. I never heard. I don't know where that's at. Well, it's telling you it's right here. Island in the Arctic Ocean on October 30th, 1961, the largest nuclear weapon ever set off. It produced the most powerful human-made explosion ever recorded, right? It says the bomb was built in 1961 by a group of Soviet physicists that notably included Andrei Sakharov. At the time, the Cold War between the USSR and the United States had grown increasingly tense, meant to be a show of Soviet strength. The three-stage bomb was unparalleled in power. It had 100 megaton capacity. Through the resulting fallout from such a blast was considered too dangerous for a test situation. Thus, it was modified to yield 50 megatons, which was estimated to be about 3,800 times the strength of the U.S. bomb drop on Hiroshima during World War II. In addition, the fusion process of the Soviet device was altered dramatically, lessening the fallout. Right, so they didn't put the whole thing. They couldn't do it because it was so strong. It would have probably destroyed something that they didn't want to be destroyed. So they had to. They could have only put half the power into it. Right. It says the resulting weapon weighed 27 tons, and with the length of some 26 feet 8 meters and a diameter of 7 feet 2 meters. Although officially known as RDS 220, it acquired numerous nicknames, most notably the Tsar bomb in the West. Right? It says a 295V bomber was modified to carry the weapon, which was equipped with a special parachute that would slow its fall, allowing the plane to fly a safe distance from the blast. The aircraft piloted by Andrei Donatsev took off from Kola Peninsula on October 30th, 1961. It was joined by an observer plane at approximately 11:32 a.m. Moscow time. Tsar bomb was dropped over the Michukio Bay Test, Salagia for the pronunciation, Bay Test site on the deserted island of Novia Zemlya. It exploded about 2.5 miles of 4 km above the ground, producing a mushroom cloud more than 37 miles, 60 km high, kilometers. The flash of the detonation was seen some 620 miles away. The resulting damage was equally massive. Serving an uninhabited village 34 miles from ground zero was leveled. The buildings more than 100 miles away were reportedly damaged. In addition, it was estimated that heat from the blast would have caused third-degree burns up to 62 miles distant. Although a success, Tsar bomb was never considered for operational use. Given its size, the device could not be deployed by a ballistic missile. Instead, the bomb had to be transported by a conventional aircraft, which could easily be intercepted before reaching its target. Thus, the Tsar bomb was viewed as a propaganda weapon. Following the 1961 blast, Sakharov became increasingly involved in efforts to limit nuclear tests underground. Such a ban was signed by the United States, Britain, and USSR in 1963. The numerous other countries later joined in the treaty. They had to come together and say, listen, we can't put this thing, y'all can't use this because it's self-destruction. Y'all gonna die too. Your pilot gonna die. It's a suicide. You got to put a parachute on it. And if we see you in the air, we finna blow you up, right? We're gonna hit you and knock you out the air, and everybody finna die. You see what I'm saying? But Russia owns this thing now, right? Russia owns this thing. So let's go to Isaiah 54:17. 54:16, Salakia. Right?
I had that right on deck too.
So go ahead, you got it. Go ahead, bring it out.
Let me bring it out. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals of the that bloweth the coals in the fire."
Right. So who's the smith? We're gonna find out. Go ahead.
"And that bringeth forth an instrument for waste, Salakia, an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy."
Okay, the instrument, and he has created the waster for destroy. They talking about a nuclear bomb that Hiroshima ain't got nothing on it, right? And they had to cut that joker in half because of and put a parachute on it and couldn't detonate it. They had to drop it out of a damn airplane. That's how powerful this thing. That's the waster, man. Right? Watch this here now. There's more on that.
Con.
Go ahead.
Just to add to what you just said, you know that it's going to be something that it's not going to be any kind of competition towards it, right? So it's verse 17 says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord." Right? Yeah.
Right. You see, and that's the scripture we use as for our congregation and our assembly. You see what I'm saying? So you got to get right to not be affected by the destroyer, man. So watch this here. Now let me share the screen because I want to show something. And what they said, what Jay-Z said, men lie, women lie, numbers don't, right? So watch this here. See what them dogs is barking about, please, Bubba Kashaw. Watch this here. It say, which countries, right, have nuclear weapons? Now, look at this here. Look at this here. Y'all can see this? It say, this is the most nuclear missiles, right? It says there's 12,512 warheads in the world. They say that's how many's in the world. Russia has 5,889. They lead. Them jokers are creating more missiles than everybody. But look who's second. Right? It's America. Now look at all the other countries. Right? Now this is something you got to look at because when you look at all these nations, all these different countries, they're not nations because some of them are the same nations, but all these countries, they're either backing one or the other. They're either going under NATO or they're going under Russia. And as Judge Eli brought out earlier in Revelation, the 17th chapter, right? He brought that out earlier that NATO is going to turn on America because that's biblical prophecy. So now you got China coming after all of them. They not even, you know what I'm saying? All the technology China got, they not messing with the white man. Why? Why they not messing with the white man? Why are they not messing with Esau? Because Esau's blessing was the sword. So the Most High has blood. That's why America and Russia can destroy the whole world by themselves. With the nuclear missiles and the nuclear capacity that both of these they're basically European nations, right? These European nations, they can destroy the whole world by themselves, man. What was the name of the movie that came out recently about the bombs? What was it called? Oppenheimer. Y'all can see where the Smith created the waster, man. Right? So then you got France, right? Let's look at this. Let's look at this list. Because Russia is the BRICS, United States is NATO. You got China with the BRICS. Let's count the BRICS first. You got North Korea with the BRICS, and they saying North Korea got 30 missiles. That's crazy. But they just got their treaty, right? So it says India. Well, let's go. China, Pakistan, India, and North Korea is with the BRICS, with Russia. Then you got France, who's trying to join the BRICS, right? You got France, United Kingdom, and Israel, who's with NATO. Then you got over here, this list, 6 nations hosting nuclear weapons. You got Italy, the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Belarus, right? Those are all with the European Union, right? The EU. Then you got Turkey, who just joined the BRICS. So Turkey was a part of them, but they joined the BRICS. They joined the winning team, right? And it says at present, there are 9 countries in the world that possess nuclear weapons. They are Russia, United States, China, France, United Kingdom, Pakistan, India, Israel, and North Korea. Everybody else is hosting it like, you know what I'm saying? They're holding weapons. They're holding nuclear weapons for whoever side they're on. That's what they're hosting it, right? Or they're letting them create them over there, right?
Okay.
They're under whatever countries, whether they're the BRICS or the United Nations, right? It says these states have roughly 12,100 nuclear warheads with over 9,500 inactive military stockpiles, according to the Federation of Atomic Scientists 2024 state of the world's nuclear forces. While this is a significant decline from the approximately 70,000 warheads owned by the nuclear armed states during the Cold War, nuclear arsenals are expected to grow over the coming decade, and today's forces are vastly more capable. The Lord is putting that spirit on them. Okay. It says, who has the most nuclear weapons? Russia has the most confirmed nuclear weapons with over 5,500 nuclear warheads. The United States followed behind with 5,044 nuclear weapons hosted in the U.S. and 5 other nations: Turkey, Italy, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. Total nuclear warheads owned by these 2 countries alone for nearly 90% of nuclear weapons in the world. So between Russia and America, they own 90% of the nuclear missiles in the world. So you have to join one of them. Them jokers is like the Bloods and the Crips, right? You got to join one of them sides of the gang. All right? So it says total number of warheads for North Korea and Israel is unconfirmed. However, it has been estimated that North Korea has enough fissile material to develop between 40 to 50 individual weapons, which Israel has material for up to 200, with an estimated 90 existing warheads. So don't get it twisted. Okay, Amalek is prepared with 200 of them jokers, and that's why Iran is threat. You know, they threaten lightly too. All these nations are threatening lightly because it's all hell finna break loose. And I believe Judge Eli has something to say.
Yeah, come. Real quick. We finna bring something out in Jeremiah 50 real quick because you know when you were saying something, it hit my spirit. You know what I'm saying? Looking at this list, if you'll scroll back to the top, Baba Kashab, you know what I'm saying? When you look on this list, right, when it tells you the country that has the most nuclear weapon power, right, you see it shows you that Russia, you know what I'm saying, by a landslide over Babylon the Great. Then you got Babylon, then you got China, then you got France, United Kingdom, and other countries. But look at what the Bible said, because we read earlier in Revelation 17 that what the Lord told you that the European Union was going, what? Backdoor, you know what I'm saying, Babylon the Great, which is America, and make them waste. You know what I'm saying? But with that waking on waste, they're going to click up with other people because they're going to realize it's not worth, you know what I'm saying, fighting this fight with Babylon. So watch this. Give me this in Jeremiah 50. Matter of fact, and start at verse 1.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 1.
Come on.
The word that the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldean by Jeremiah the prophet.
So this is something that is spoken. It's not talking about the ancient land of Babylon during the time of Jeremiah the prophet, Salaki. It's talking about Babylon today that we know it of, right? America. Watch this, read.
Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken.
Read.
Baal is confounded. Merodach is broken in pieces.
Read.
Her idols are confounded. Her images are broken in pieces.
So what's being declared here is that Jeremiah is prophesying through the Spirit that in the last days, this Babylon that's in the Bible that he's referring to is America. It's going to be taken. It's going to be destroyed by a nation of people, right? And not only is it going to be destroyed by a nation of people, but also the idols that they have been set up here in this country, they are going to be confounded as well and be brought to nothing and be known as liars. And how is that being fulfilled? When you look at it today, you got Israelite men coming out letting you know that Jesus is not white, the Jews is not white, that the Israelites just don't deprive of one tribe. But also when you look around on another scale, like what we're seeing now from Chief Ephraim, you know what I'm saying? You got the nations clicking up. You got Russia and North Korea clicking up. You know what I'm saying? You got Iran right behind them. You got China in the midst. They forming an alliance. And look at what the Bible prophesied. This is nothing but what we're seeing right now is nothing but Bible prophecy being fulfilled. Read verse 3. Watch this.
Verse 3. For out of the north there come up a nation against her.
And this nation is talking about is referring to Russia, but in the Bible, Russia's name is called Magog. Right, read on.
We shall make her land desolate.
And the Bible prophesies that this land is the Russians are going to make America desolate. That's why when you see how the Lord deals, you know what I'm saying? The Lord is the one behind this. The Lord is the one making sure Russia got all the top flight missiles. You know what I'm saying? They got straps on straps on straps, bombs on bombs, right? Read on.
And none shall dwell therein.
And when Russia and these other countries get through clicking up and destroying this country, he said it's not going to be room for nobody to come here and dwell no more. Read on.
They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast.
Right, now watch this. Jump down to verse 8. So like, yeah.
Verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon.
So the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, warning us to remove out of the ways of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? Separate ourselves spiritually, right? Read.
And go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the and be as the he goes before the flock.
Watch this, read.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations.
What?
An assembly of great nations.
So that's what we're seeing right now. This before we just put this article up here, right? We just showed y'all that Russia is clicking up with North Korea, Iran, and China. These are 4 major great nations that are coming from the north when you look at over here where we at right now, right? Read on. And he said these great nations are eventually going to go against Babylon, right?
And India.
and India, right? And India. These countries are about to go against Babylon. And that's why when we jump over and read in the book of Revelation 17, you got to understand the European Union making a wise move to say, you know what? Nah, man. These people it's too many strong nations clicking up against y'all. And when you go back, if you look at the video before what he did when they's talking about these alliances, right? When you had the European Union and you had a United States representative on their stage, look at how that European Union nation representative vibe was, and look at the Babylonian vibe. The dude from the Americas representing the United States, he looking like he really not worried about it. He confident, he know it is what it is. But when you look at that Edomite who's representing the European Union, he looking at it like he discussing it, and he like, you know, this thing can get kind of tricky. And you can understand behind closed doors, the European Union are seeing all these things unfold. They seeing these alliances, you know what I'm saying, come together. And what they realizing is that, hey, if we stay on Babylon's side, even though they being perverse and they military kind of ain't got no respect no more, but they still got missiles, you know what I'm saying? But we still got some missiles too. But it's like, do we want to be on that side against Russia, or do we want to be against this side against Babylon? Because it's like if we backdoor Babylon, they really won't see it coming. And if you think about it, like what the scriptures tell you, you can't act like when you look at all these nations up here on this list, France, United Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these countries don't even like America anyway. They just know they caught up under them right now, under that European Union clause, right? But keep going. Read from the top again.
For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country.
Read.
And they shall set themselves in array against her.
And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing these countries starting to set themselves in array against Babylon. They're giving each other gifts. You got Kim Jong-un and, you know what I'm saying, Vladimir Putin spinning the block in the Russia's finest Bentley. Read.
From thence she shall be taken.
And it said pretty soon from thence, America is going to be taken. She's going to be destroyed. It's only a matter of time. That's why when we said earlier, Vladimir Putin not worried about Ukraine for real. He want to know if America going to stick their nose in it. Just like when you see the war in Israel with the Iranians and the Amalekites. He want to know, hey, America, if you jump in, I'm jumping in. Just like, you know, back in the day when we used to be in school, one of our friends, you know what I'm saying, fighting another guy, and he got a friend over there. We be like, hey, if you jump in, I'm jumping in, and I'm going to handle the business on you. That's the same way that the Russians are doing you know what I'm saying, the Americans. And America knows, like I told you earlier, these nations know the Bible. So America not trying to cross that gun line and get dealt with. So they trying to move with craftiness, and they trying to figure out a way where they can, you know what I'm saying, stop the prophecies from being fulfilled. We'll finish that off, Ken.
Their arrows shall be as a mighty expert man.
And he said what?
Their arrows shall be as a mighty their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man.
Read.
None shall return in vain.
And why would none return in vain? Because if you look at this list, Russia has the most powerful nuclear weapons there is. And besides America being in second, you got China, you got France, you got United Kingdom. All of these nations or countries that you see on this list are prophesied, besides the Amalekites, you know what I'm saying, to go against Babylon the Great and destroy this place. So that's why the Bible says none of these arrows, none of these missiles are going to return in vain. Because if you look at the chart, you know what I'm saying, America, you know, America is finished. But that's all I got on that.
But not only, because we just read in the other article, not only do Russia got the biggest stockpile, but they also have the strongest. They also have the strongest. What he said to Rocky, I'll break you. If he dies, he dies. Right? That's what he told him, man. Adrian said, you can't win. Right? So let's read the rest of this joint, right? It says, what does these countries having nuclear weapons mean? A single nuclear warhead could kill hundreds of thousands of people with lasting and devastating humanitarian and environmental consequences. Detonating this damn dog. detonating just one nuclear weapon alone over New York would cause an estimated 160,000 fatalities, right? It says combine Russia, the United States, the United Kingdom, France, China, India, Pakistan, Israel, and North Korea possesses over 12,000 nuclear weapons, most of which are many times more powerful than the nuclear weapons dropped on Hiroshima. So even these jokers, everybody's nuclear missiles is stronger than Hiroshima's right now, right? Because technology is increasing. The scriptures say knowledge shall increase. So them jokers, the Smiths is getting wiser. They're learning how to put these things together more quicker, more stronger, right? It says 32 other states are also part of the problem, with 6 nations hosting nuclear weapons and a further 28 endorsing their use. It says tactical nuclear weapons. A tactical nuclear weapon is any weapon that has not been classified as strategic under U.S.-Russian arms control agreements. The Federation of American Scientists currently estimates Russian non-strategic nuclear warheads at 1,912 and approximately 100 U.S. non-strategic. So America got 100 that nobody know. They don't know what them jokers could do. Russia got 1,912 that nobody know what them jokers can do. That's a big difference now, a huge difference. You got 1,912 of you don't know what them jokers can do. You don't know the capacity of, because you see it told you if one nuclear warhead goes in New York, it'll be 580 some thousand, right? It'll be that much deaths. But you don't know what is 1,812 more nuclear warheads that Russia has that America don't know what them things is capable of. And shoot, you made a pact. You made a pact with the BRICS. If Russia give everybody in the BRICS 100 of those nuclear missiles that nobody knows what they capable of, they still holding more than America. If Vladimir Putin said, this is gonna be my gift to y'all, shoot, y'all don't even need 100. He could give them 100 to make them even with America, but he could give them 50 a pop. And they going all around the world. You don't know what them jokers is capable of, right? It says, let me read that part again. The Federation of American Scientists currently estimates Russian non-strategic nuclear warheads at 1,912 and approximately 100 U.S. non-strategic warheads deployed in 5 European countries. While these are often framed as smaller or low-yield nuclear weapons, and it's implied that they would cause less damage, but they don't know what these jokers do. So they say these warheads can have explosive yields up to 300 kilotons, or 20 times that of a bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. So it don't matter what they are. It's 20 times stronger than Hiroshima, right? It says the 9 nuclear armed states, Russia, United States, and France. I don't know. Let me see what this arrows here. Or it keeps going, right?
Hey, Salakia, why you there? You know what's crazy about that, though, Chief? If you go back to where you just was when they had you, Russia, Babylon, and France, right? When you think about 2nd Ezra and you read about them heads, right? And it said it was them last 2 remaining heads, you know what I'm saying, who didn't get power. And you also read in Revelation how I say that those 2 heads got power with that beast. It's crazy that those same two heads that it was referring to are the ones in the top 3 count with Babylon.
That right there, right?
Con, that's crazy.
Con. Yeah, the Bible don't the Bible is the truest book ever, man. This ain't, hey, if the Bible ain't real, if the Bible ain't true, then we're destroyed. We're gonna be finished. We're gonna be nuke food, man. You know, it says the 6 states hosting another country's nuclear weapons. Belgium, Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, and Turkey all host U.S. nuclear weapons. But they saying Turkey joining the BRICS, right? It says the United States insists that it maintains operational control of these weapons, but their stationing in these countries helps U.S. nuclear war planning. So they basically saying they in these countries, but U.S., they got the remote control, right? It says in 2023, the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, announced that his country had started taking delivery of Russian tactical nuclear weapons, right? And it's showing you what it say, hosts 20 U.S. nuclear weapons, right? Turkey, Italy hosts 35 of their nuclear weapons. See, they spreading them out. America giving them nuke packs around. They spreading them nuke packs, right? Belarus Belarus is hosting Russian nuclear weapons, right? Look how it's spread out. They all giving out which pack you got. That dope stamp they used to put on the dope, right? They passing out these dope stamps with nuclear missiles. Belgium holds 10 to 15 nuclear weapons, right? U.S. weapons hosting. Germany holds 15 U.S. weapons. Netherlands hosts U.S. 15 nuclear weapons. Turkey hosts 20, right? Italy hosts 35. Oh, we read these already. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So they're showing, and America got their packs out there spread everywhere through the United Nations. You see what I'm saying? They got them. They got those packs, man. But eventually, as Bible prophecy says, they're going to turn on them, man. You know what I'm saying? It tell you in the Bible. Bible Gashar, can one of y'all get that? The wicked layeth a net, and he falleth therein. Bible Gashar. Oh, I got to read the rest of this joint. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, there's a lot of meat on this thing here. Pause. What is it? It's in Psalms, right? The wicked left a net. Psalms 141 and 10. Right? Psalms 141 and 10. I'll read it. I got it. Let the wicked.
I was gonna say I got you. I'm right here too.
Okay, come.
It says, the let the wicked fall into their own nets, while is that I withal escape.
Right. How we finna escape? While they falling in their own nets, the only way we gonna escape is through the power and the mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Because they got all these nuclear warheads. I know none of you brothers that your grandfather was in World War II or in not World War, World War II, Vietnam, whatever they was in, right? Whatever wars your grandparents was in or your great grandparents, ain't none of them got none of them stockpile missiles. So what we finna do as a people? We assed out, man. We assed out like a stripper in a club, man. Assed out, right? So let me read the rest of this thing here. It say the 28 other the 28 other nuclear endorsers, 28 countries plus the 6 hosts also endorse the possession and use of nuclear weapons by allowing the potential use of nuclear weapons on their behalf as past of defense alliances, including the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO, and the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO. All 34 countries that endorse nuclear weapons usage are Albania, Armenia, Australia, Belarus, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Czech, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Montenegro, the Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Slovakia, I can't pronounce, Slovenia, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, and Turkey. Where, out of all of those countries, where does it say black man, and Hispanic man, and Native American man? Where do we fit in? We are nowhere to be found. Nowhere. Right? That's it on that. Right? But hey, man, we don't fit nowhere there, man. That's insane. So we got to come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. That's our only way to escape out of this. Right? So as all of these different things is happening, right? Out of all the, if y'all want to chime in, I'll mute because I gotta look for something up. I gotta look something up. Anybody has some? If not, let me get this thing here. Let me get this thing here. So as all of this is happening, right? As all of this is happening, check this out. Right? So right? And everybody, all these alliances is happening. Let's see what alliance America's getting into. Watch this here. So now, right? Wait, let me close this up. As y'all can see, President Biden appears frozen during White House Juneteenth concert, right? So as everybody, what just happened to it? Hold on. Okay. Wait. There you go. Is it in? What the hell? Salakia. Hold on. Let me get this here. All right. This is what y'all's president is doing. So look at this. Now you got. So mind you, let's look closely at this picture. This man got nothing but Negroes around. This is their savior, right? You got Kamala Harris here, and then you got this damn transformer over here, right? Because not only is they supposedly celebrating Juneteenth, but what's this really about? This is really about Pride Month, man, right? And give me in Luca, was it Luke or Matthew? Either one where the days of Noah. As the days of Noah. And let's play this thing. Look at how this is the president. Putin and Jim Kong-hoon, they driving around. I would be afraid to let Joe Biden drive a car. I'd be afraid, man. I'd rather let the people with the no peripheral vision drive the car. Right?
But you gotta do it like you cute, though. Come on. You gotta do it like you cute, do you like this? Rock with me.
Look at this man.
Rock with me.
He looked like he's dead.
Hey, man. He kind of looking like these Negroes cannot be this slow.
I'm telling you.
These niggas really are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
Yeah. They think it's Juneteenth. And the crazy part is he's the one that gave the Negroes Juneteenth. That's what they did. This is what this man done did. Everybody stockpiling the nuclear weapons and we over here singing and dancing and drag. It's madness. Right? Let's see. Just look at this man. And this is the president. Is this your king? And why they gotta have a brother in the dress right next to him? Why couldn't it be a white man that's a transformer? Why gotta be a brother? You see, because it's all part of the vision and the spiritual witchcraft that they're putting on our people, man. I hope they draft that guy in the dress. That's what I hope they do. I hope they draft him for the war. Draft that Negro. Hopefully he's under 26. Draft that. This is who we need to send to war. Draft him, please, and throw him in the front. Throw him in the front. Send him off to war the way David did when he committed adultery. Put him in the front line.
I see you. Everybody, do this with me, do this with me. That's how it's supposed to be. One more time, come on. I don't wanna love nobody but you. I don't wanna love nobody but
Hey man, this man is literally frozen, man. The transgender is kissing his hand. He don't know what's going on, right? This is a physical representation of Babylon, the greatest fall. You got that? Like the days of Noah? Somebody?
Con, I got it. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 37. But as the day of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the day that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark.
And this is what this is what America's doing, man. And the front line of America, the front line of the king of the so-called free world, he has a transformer next to him, and it just got to be our people. Then you got watermelon spitting Negroes next to him, tap dancing, right? Sambos. And they think they got something. They think they're free on Juneteenth while everybody's preparing for war. This is the just like the days of Noah. They're dancing, they're throwing the heart symbol, and it's just it's a shit show. Excuse my language. It's a shit show. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So watch this here. Not only this, we're gonna dead that one, right? Watch this here. If anybody wants to add something, y'all, go ahead while I look for this.
God, real quick, man, get Genesis 6 and 5. Because he says the days of Noah, right? When you look at what the days of Noah was, what had going on, it goes a little bit more in depth into it, right? Real quick.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6, verse 5.
Read.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth.
And the Lord said, the reason why he said, remember the days of, because during the days of Noah, man, wickedness was great in the earth. And this is why a lot of these countries gonna betray this land, bro. Like, you got the president, the most so-called quote-unquote powerfulest man in our country, getting his hand kissed by, a Hishi. You know what I'm saying? And it's like he's sitting there smiling, and it's like you know what I'm saying? If you just think about it, bro, you got these other countries who linking up and making real war moves, but meanwhile, our president is at a Juneteenth parade, you know what I'm saying, with his assistant president sitting here doing this, you know what I'm saying, pointing around and you know what I'm saying, he ain't doing nothing but rocking the rest of us to sleep. And that's why, you know what I'm saying, that's why when the Bible says that, he that diggeth a pit shall fall therein, because America didn't dig the pit to keep the so-called Negroes asleep. But the whole time, they getting rocked to sleep as well, because they all for it and they doing too much promotion of the folly. Finish that out, King.
And that every imagination of the thought of his heart was only evil continually.
And that's what you see right here, man. The Juneteenth parade, you got a man who's knee deep into sodomy, sitting right beside the president, singing and dancing and looking around, bobbing back and forward. You know what I'm saying? The man gave the president a romantic kiss on the hand. And Sleepy Joe smiling, and he's amazed at it, bro. And this is why the Lord said, remember the days of Noah, because it was that same wicked folly going on back then. So how much more today?
Hey, Shalom, can brothers hear me?
King.
Okay, I think I was on mute or something, right? I just want to pull a quick precept, man, because what's crazy about it is, Esau and his propaganda and his movement that he pushing, you know what I mean? Like, I think brothers was talking about the other day, was like, they use us. Like, we got to be the light to the wickedness. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If the nation see a nigga do it, pardon my French, then you know what I'm saying, that's what's going to push the agenda the most. And they right. They right, because we are the salt of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? You put another so-called YT man up there, they might not, you know what I'm saying, like flock to it as quick. So they put our people up there. They've been doing that since the time of Maccabees, the first and second chapter. You know what I mean? But let me get a precept real quick. Tobit 2 and 6, it says, remembering that prophecy of Amos, as he said, your feast shall be turned into mourning, and all your mirth into lamentation. Right. So all that jumping around they doing like crisscross and the damn enjoying mirth. You know what I'm saying? Esau getting damn hand molested by a sodomite. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is gonna come. It's gonna come to an end. And let me get another one real quick. In Obadiah, because it's gonna come to a time where these nations are gonna turn on Esau in America, man. It's the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, all the men of thy confederacy, pursuing back to the book of Psalms 83, that same confederacy. It says, all the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee. So the men that was at peace with concealing our information from us, not letting us know who we are, utterly oppressing us, putting us to death, in captivity still in these other nations from India, even to parts of the so-called Middle East. over here, and every god doggone where else, man. These people that was a part of that confederacy that was that was prophesied about in the book of Psalms, the 83rd chapter. It says, the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread. So they sat at the table and ate bread with the United States. You know what I mean? Was down with them to oppress us and oppress the children of Israel. It says, have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him, right? And you know, we all know that's going to come from the waster that was just spoken about, you know, pre this conversation. So with that, I'm gonna yield.
Gone. And mind you, let's not forget, while all of this is happening, the president's son he got convicted for 3 felonies of buying a gun while a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? He buying a gun while he's a crackhead. Transformers, Juneteenth, Pride Parade, crack, guns. What the hell is going on? This sounds like a smack DVD. You know what I'm saying? It sounds, it just pandemonium, all types of folly, man. So while all of this is happening, that's happening. So mind you, watch this here, because I don't know if y'all seen it, but Obama was on stage with Biden, and he had him and another dude, and they had to help him walk off the stage. And they asking the reporter, they asking that White House representative, what's going on with the president's health, man? They had to help him off the stage. Watch this here.
2 instances in recent days where leaders, former President Obama and George Maloney, they physically put hands on the president to guide him and show him, give stage directions. Are they doing that on their own, or has anybody asked them to run the show like that?
First of all, let me spoke to the most recent, right? And as we saw on Saturday, President Obama's office put out a statement. So I would refer you to that statement about what was being accused in those by others. And he said this did not happen in the sense of what people were saying they were seeing, right? Or what was being falsely reported that they were seeing. Let's not forget, President Obama, President Biden have a relationship. They are friends. They're like family to each other. And I think that's what you saw. You saw the president put his hand on the back of President Biden, and they walked off the stage after taking questions or taking questions from Jimmy Kimmel. That is what you saw. But I would refer you to President Obama's statement. They talked about this. Maloney, I don't have anything. I don't know specifically what happened with Maloney.
Wandering the parachute.
Oh, I mean, look, that was, as I said, it was a cheap, a cheap fake. It was definitely a cheap fake. Because, this that video was very fair, including by conservatives media, on what happened, that what occurred. The president walked over to give a thumbs up to divers who had just landed right in front of him. And if you run that tape a little bit longer, you would see what was happening, what the president was actually doing is a cheap fake. That is what.
Nothing. He's totally normal.
What I'm saying is, this is the president, right? Instead of, and I said this moments ago, instead of focusing on the president's performance in office and was able to accomplish his actual record, they do these cheap fakes. They're cheap fakes. And you're asking me about the Maloney, you're asking me what happened. That video was, okay, let's talk about Juneteenth. The president stood there listening to the music and he didn't dance. Excuse me, I did not know not dancing was a health issue. That is a weird thing to actually flag when if you look at the people who are around him, you look at the expanded video of the people who are around him, they were not there were some folks who were not dancing either, and that has been fact checked. I mean, just because you're standing up listening to music and not dancing, That is not a health issue. That is just not a health issue.
Majorities of American voters.
It's crazy because this is the discussion of America about dancing and standing stiff as white men usually do when they try to dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the conversation. What they say, they say the saying goes, sit at the table with warriors and the conversation is different. You see what I'm saying? You're sitting at the table in Pride Month with the Pride representatives. The conversation is different. Putin is sitting at the table with people that want to see the destruction of their enemies, destruction of the bully, the big bad wolf, right? That's what they get. That's what the nation's getting ready for. But watch this.
Who are telling pollsters repeatedly for years now that they have serious concerns about this president's cognitive fitness are being misled by cheap fake videos?
I'm saying that there have been, in recent weeks, there have been cheap fakes videos that have been fact-checked. They've been fact-checked by conservative media as well to say that these videos are false. They're purposefully being altered. Look, the president has done more in his 3.5 years as president than that, because he knows what he's doing. He knows how to deliver for the American people. He's able to make sure that we attack climate crisis with the Inflation Reduction Act. He's made sure that we're able to create 15 million jobs, 800,000 manufacturing jobs. He was able to make sure that unemployment went down. He was able to make sure that we are able to have Medicaid actually able to negotiate with pharmaceutical companies, something that no other president has been able to do. This president has been able to do. I think that tells you everything that you need to do by looking at his record. And what you're seeing right now is Republicans, instead of talking what I just listed about,
and they gotta have Auntie up there, right? They gotta have Auntie with the blonde streaks on the wig, capping for the Biden. It's always our people on the forefront, man. Look at her face.
Bad wench, man.
Yeah, look at her face. Look at how it's paused. That's her true spirit, man. That face right there, the continents don't lie, man. Right? Now let's hear the rest of it. This is a little bit more.
Just talked about. They're really diving into these cheap fake videos. And it's in bad faith. That's what I'm saying. What they're doing is pure bad faith. And it's been fact-checked by many, including conservative fact-checkers. Go ahead, Naomi.
Thanks, Mary. Just on another topic, does the White House have a comment on Press Secretary or former Press Secretary Jen Psaki's testimony that's upcoming about in front of the Foreign Affairs Committee about Afghanistan?
I don't have any comment at this time.
And then, sorry, you sort of said last that next week you are going to commemorate the anniversary of Dobbs. Are there new measures that we should expect, or?
So don't have anything to read out at this current moment, but obviously the president and the vice president are going to continue to talk about the Dobbs decision and how that's affected millions, tens of millions of women across the country, and the devastating impact that we see. Once we have more to share, certainly we will. I just don't have anything at this time. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
You're just listening.
Right. So, this is what we're dealing with, man. Right? We're gonna wind it down. You had something to bring out, Eli? Okay. So watch this. This is how Joe Biden is preparing for his presidential debate. Watch
Hey,
this.
Chief.
Yeah.
Auntie outside?
Yeah, Auntie's outside. She's outside the White House. Auntie's outside the White House. All right? Why is this here? This is how he's preparing for his 2024 presidential debate. Let's see this guy. What a joke.
For next week's debate.
How is debate prep going?
He gave a thumbs up as he headed to Camp David for the weekend, where he'll have insults hurled at him just like this.
The worst, most incompetent, most corrupt president in history. Biden, you're fired. Get out of here.
Attorney Bob Bauer will be standing in for Trump during mock debate sessions, yelling insults at Biden and trying to get under his skin.
You're playing a role. You're trying to make the experience as realistic for the person you're working with as possible.
We're getting more details today about how the high-stakes debate stage will look. Biden won the coin toss and chose to stand on the right side of the stage. Why the right?
One person said, perhaps he prefers that's his good side.
But there's actually a more scientific reason. When there are two people on stage, TV viewers' eyes are drawn to the right side.
I think the right side is more of a good luck charm for him. That's where he was in the debates against Trump 4 years ago. So if Biden is even just a little smidge more comfortable on the right side, then that's where they want to have him.
Trump's allies are already talking smack, suggesting that the president will take some type of performance-enhancing substance to boost his energy to the level we saw at the State of the Union address.
When America gets knocked down, we get back up.
We don't know if it's caffeine, adrenaline, I don't know, or something else. But next Thursday, I fully expect a return of Jacked Up Joe.
As for Trump, after all the mockery about Biden's age and stiffness, he says he's still expecting a slugfest.
I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater. Yeah, okay. I don't want to underestimate him.
Hey, man, you can't make this up.
Yeah, come. Hey, real quick, Ken, they talking about what he going to be hype off for. He going to be hype off that cocaine his son just got charged with.
Yeah, that crack. It ain't it's crack cocaine, not the regular cocaine.
Yeah,
it's crack cocaine, goddamn.
Walking like this at first, you ain't saying nothing. Yeah, quick. Real quick, let me get real quick because let me get
so
real.
Go ahead.
So what we see here is, and it kind of hit me as we were kind of going through it, right? You see, they put Auntie up there. She's speaking all the things that they want her to say. You think about the Juneteenth thing. Oh, why he's not out there dancing? Because it's all politics, man. You know what I'm saying? He's making a liberal move, right? So watch this. Give me the book of Isaiah 32 and verse 5.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32 and verse 5.
Come on.
The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
Read.
Nor the shall said to be bountiful.
Why? Because the Lord is going to destroy them when Yahweh shall return. Read. Watch this.
For the vile person will speak valiantly.
Read.
And his heart will work iniquity.
How's their heart working iniquity? As you can just see, Sleepy Joe went out there to a Juneteenth parade, and it just wanted to show his love and appreciation for the black people. And oh, y'all was free on June 1865. Because it's a lie. We wasn't free, right? We were still, you know what I'm saying, slaves, just like we are to this day, right? But he went out there for the political side because Sleepy Joe understands and knows that what? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Negroes who are waxed to sleep, majority of them have always related to the Democratic side. You know what I'm saying? So he's only continuing something that he always know has been in their people's favor for years and years now, right? Read on.
To practice hypocrisy.
To what?
To practice hypocrisy.
He's practicing hypocrisy because why? Why was he not dancing? He's not going to be out there dancing with his slaves. He's out there smiling and bobbing his head back and forth because he understands I got him. These niggas still asleep. I got him. Look, we got him. You know what I'm saying? I got they vote. You know what I'm saying? And he gets a Eve who don't know what's going on to go up there and be a spokesperson for him because why? It's not the simple fact that, oh, I want her to speak because she believes in me. But no, I want her to speak because when her people see her speaking, they're going to realize or think that the things that are coming out her mouth might be true and that what? They might not look at us as hypocrites saying that what? Sleepy Joe has done more for us than any president. Show me the facts. Since Sleepy Joe has been in office, the murder rates are through the roof still. You know what I'm saying? There's still plenty guns getting dropped in the city still. You know what I'm saying? And now, you know what I'm saying? You got Vladimir Putin, you know what I'm saying? Warships floating around Cuba. You know what I'm saying? You got all these, the American currency finna be nothing. So now how are you telling me that, oh, no president have done what he's done. You know what I'm saying? And because you and gave a couple of niggas who, scamming some Medicaid, right? Keep going.
To practice hypocrisy and to utter error against the Lord.
To what?
To utter error against the Lord.
And how are they uttering errors against the Most High God? Because he's keeping his people asleep. That's what they're doing. They're keeping distractions out there to keep the people asleep. You know what I'm saying? We all got them grandmothers who are old, ancient people who, were built up off that Martin Luther King era. When they see things like Sleepy Joe at a Juneteenth parade, smiling and smirking, and Kamala Harris throwing up the little heart fingers, you know what I'm saying? What that make black people think is, see, these people do love us. Our country is coming together, and it's causing them to stay asleep and keep their minds away from the true Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. But it's keeping their heart on that Caesar Boys jail spirit, right? Read on.
To make empty the soul of the hungry.
And what are we being hungry for? We are being hungry for the sincere truth. We are hungering for the deliverance of oppression. But when they doing the moves that they're doing now, in spite of all these wars and these concerts and these puppets that they're choosing to expose when they want to expose them, hey, they making us, we not hungry no more. They feeding us with lies. We digesting these lies, and now we burping out dumbness, and now we good. Read on.
And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail.
Right, read on.
The instrument also of the sure are evil.
Read.
He deviseth wicked, devised to destroy the poor with lying words.
With lying words, and that's what Trump and Biden are doing. Even though we are about to go to war, they want us to be more so focused on who we want in the office next, more than if we are about to go to war, how are we going to survive as a country? Because they don't care about all that. It's an ego thing with these people, right? Read on.
Oh, so like I got lost. I was on verse 7, right?
Yeah, the poor speak with lying words.
With lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
Watch this. This is the first verse I want to end it.
But the liberal deviseth liberal things.
And that's what we got to understand as Israelites. These Edomites devise liberal things because why? This is a liberal state. Everything that they do here is going to be in a way of the liberal way, right? Read.
And by liberal things shall he stand.
And the way that this country is going to continue to stand is by liberal things. So for us understanding that, we got to understand that it's politics in the way that these people moving, and everything that we went through tonight, it goes all the way back to the point of what? The Lord is about to destroy this place. He's about to wipe them off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? He's also about to do what? He's about to have all our enemies gang up together to make us desolate. But what is he doing? He got the men of the Lord, the servants, the watchmen of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? The prophets. We are all standing here warning you. We showing you the clips. We lining it up with the scriptures. You will have to be a sick, sleep fool, and 2/3 bound, not to understand what's going on here. Even seeing Sleepy Joe at a Juneteenth parade, you know what I'm saying? You got to understand that's all politics. So, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to bring it out, man. We can't get caught up in the liberal ways of Babylon, man.
Salakia. Let me back off you real quick, Eli. I just want to get the classic Ecclesiastes 7:7, man, because he's right. You know, this is just something like, to lull us back to sleep. You know what I'm saying? If brothers remember, we went to Piedmont Park after all those murders and everything in Atlanta. And what was Jake doing? What was Eve doing? Twerking, barbecuing, making ribs and chicken. You understand? That's all we want to do. We want to party and BS, man. And you know what I mean? This is just like this Juneteenth thing is just something to lull us back to sleep. That's all it is, man. And the scripture's going to get into that. Let's get Ecclesiastes 7:7, the classic, man. It says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. Like I went into on a lesson a couple of days ago, it's better to go to the house of mourning than it is to go to the house of mirth. You know what I'm saying? Because when your brain is on what you're going through, you focus better. You understand? You focus on the things that's important. When your mind is constantly in mirth, you don't focus on those things no more. Right? It says, surely your oppression maketh the wise man mad. Right? It's going to make you wise. But it says, and the gift destroyeth the heart. It's going to destroy your mind. As long as you got some bad wench Eves up there talking for Joe Biden, whether we believe it or not, and whether we agree with it or not, the mass majority of our people is going to agree with that. Ooh, look, it's a so-called black girl up there right now. If she down, then we ought to be down as well. You know, that's just the way our people think. And the sickening part about it is that the nations, they know this already. The so-called white man knows that this is how we get to these dumb niggas, man. The same way Ephraim said. That's the same way Eli said. Everybody knows how to deal with the children of Israel and make us look like fools in these last days, man. So that's all it is. And then also to push that agenda, you got a he-she up there dancing, doing damn splits and twisting around, kissing the president's hand. You know, the thing is, the president has security around him. He's supposed to have secret agents. Am I wrong, Chief? He's supposed to have secret agents around him. Ain't nobody supposed to be able to get to the president that close to kiss him on his hand and put their fluids on his skin. But they'll let that he-she do it in order to push that agenda. And with that, I digress on that.
Con. So we're gonna wind it down and close out. You know what I'm saying? With this, we going on 4 hours. Goddamn, 3 hours and 30 minutes. Hey man, if y'all ain't learned nothing, y'all wasn't paying attention. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Let's go to 2nd Esdras 13 and 25. We're gonna read a little bit, but just to let them, because we've been letting the people know how to get that covering from the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. Who gonna fight for us? We can't fight. We can't fight this war unless we get spiritual power. Unless the Most High send the ancient destroyer, right? The ancient destroyer to help us out, right? So when y'all get that, somebody get that, Baba Gashar. 2nd Esdras 2 and 25. We're gonna read down to the 50th verse, but we're gonna break it down slowly for the people. Anybody got it?
Con, he said, what you say, 2nd Esdras 13 and what, 25 or 35?
25.
All right, Con, go ahead.
13, 25. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 25. This is the meaning of the vision, whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea.
Right. So now the sea don't always represents the sea, right? It don't always represent water. The sea also represents people, right? So in the midst of the people, right? Okay, the multitudes, go ahead.
The same is he whom God the highest had kept in a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creatures, and he shall order them that are left behind.
Right. So he was kept for a great season. What season is he kept for? What are we praying for? What are we waiting for? Yahweh to send his son, our big bro, our king, our high priest, to come get us up out of here, man. Right? Go ahead.
And where thou sawest that out of his mouth there came a blast of wind and fire and storm, and that he held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him. This is the interpretation.
So Yahweh Shah is coming to wreak havoc, man, and he ain't gonna hold back his sword, right? The wind, the tempests, the angels, right? Because the elements, who is it controlled by? Okay, go ahead.
Behold, the day comes when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth.
Right, that's our time. This is what we've been praying for, right? We've been praying for World War III. We've been praying for Armageddon because we want to go home. I don't know about the rest of y'all Negroes out here enjoying y'all lives, saving up for your 501c3, not 501c3, your 401k, right? You think you're gonna enjoy it? They're moving back the retirement to 70-something years old. Niggas is dying at 40, right? Go ahead.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth.
Right.
And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
So all these nations going to be fighting against each other. Race war, civil war, world war, all types of war, the war of the worlds, man. The war of worlds. Go ahead.
And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the sign shall happen which I shewed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending.
Right. Then you're going to see who the true Mashiach is. Then you're going to see who the true Yahushua is, the one that you ignorantly call Jesus the Christ. You're going to realize that he ain't no white man that look like Marilyn Manson. Right? Go ahead.
And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle. They have one against another.
Right? So everybody, all these nations, they're going to stop fighting. They're going to leave their battles. Right? They're going to leave who they fighting. Right? Go ahead.
And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting.
You see, so they're going to turn them nuclear missiles at Yahushua, big, ugly black man. A big, ugly black man. Ones that you love to hate. Ones that you love to hear, I can't breathe. Ones that you love to hear, the ones that you like to clutch your purse in front of, right? You white woman, right? You love to clutch your purse in front of. Ones that you love to say, he's a nigger, right? Those ones, right? He's going to look just like that, the big, black, ugliest Negro you have ever seen in your life. Go ahead.
But he shall stand upon the top of the mountain Zion. Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and built, like as thou sawest the hill graven without hands.
The 144,000 gonna be behind him. The angels gonna be behind him. Ain't no way we can lose this war, man. Go ahead.
And this my son shall rebuke the wicked invention of those nations, which for their wicked life are falling into the tempest.
All your wicked inventions, your Smiths, right? All your nuclear missiles that can destroy the whole goddamn earth, right? He's gonna destroy all of that stuff, man. He's gonna be catching them jokers and turning them upside down like Neo in the Matrix. Nigga put his hand out and the joints just turn into dust, right? That's the power of the Most High Yahweh Shema Mashiach gonna have that day, man. Ain't none of them nuclear missiles, none of those weapons, they're gonna be formed. They're not gonna prosper. Go ahead.
And shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torment wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor.
Go ahead.
Without labor by the law, which is like unto fire.
He gonna destroy y'all without even labor. He ain't gonna break a sweat on you, all you heathens, man. Yahushua ain't breaking a sweat, right? He gonna run through y'all, man. The angels gonna run through your nuclear missiles like nothing. You ever seen that when they run through the walls? That joker gonna run right through the nuclear missile. You're gonna see it go. He's gonna go through it and it just disappear. He gonna eat it. You ever seen in The Mask? You ever seen The Mask with Jim Carrey when the evil man, when the evil man put the mask on and they started shooting all them bullets at him, and they were going in his stomach and he sucked it up and started spitting them back. Come on, man. This is the type of power and energy that y'all dealing with that y'all have no understanding of, man. All your evil, wicked intentions that you created to destroy the world, and especially the firstborn and the beloved of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the children of Israel, the ones that you love to call niggas and spicks and wetbacks, right? Those same ones, man. Those are the ones that the Most High is going to send the Mashiach for, man. Okay, go ahead.
And where thou sawest that he gathered another peaceable multitude unto him, those are the 10 tribes, which were carried away prisoner out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, who Shalmaneser, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the water, and so came they into another land.
Right, he gonna bring us back, man. Okay, the 10 tribes, the ones that scattered, right? The lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? The second tent, first Judah, then us, right? Go ahead.
But they took this counsel among themselves that they would lead the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
And that's where he's taking us from, like he tell you in Isaiah, right? Was in Jeremiah, that he gonna be he's not gonna be known as the God that took us out of the land of Egypt no more. He's gonna be known as the God that took us out the land of the north, man. Okay, go ahead.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. And they enter into Euphrates by the narrow passage of the river.
And that's how we got here. That's how the children of Israel been in the Americas, man. Okay, this is our history. This is what Christopher Columbus used. He used this apocrypha to come find us, man. Okay, go ahead.
For the Most High then should sign for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over.
That's right. That's how we got over here. Go ahead.
For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Alseret.
Right, that's the America. That's America. We're gonna go into this another time, but I just want to show y'all through all these wars, through all the destruction, through all this stuff that's brewing, the Most High got a plan for the children of Israel that repents and keep his commandments. He has a plan for us, and he has never lied. This is how we're gonna get up out of here now. Go ahead.
Then the world they there unto the latter time. And now, when they shall begin to come, the highest shall stay the springs of the stream again, that they may go through. Therefore sawest thou the multitude with peace.
Right, the multitude that's we not built for this war, man. All we trying to do is go home. This ain't our war. This is white on white crime, man. This is white on white war. These jokers, this got nothing to do with us. We just want shalom. We just want shalom and go home, goddamn. That's it. Send us to the flowing rivers, the land flowing with milk and honey, man. Rivers of milk and honey. Let us dwell with our wives and our children and leave us alone. Y'all already want us, y'all tell us go home all the time. Well, damn it, we want to go home. Okay, go ahead.
But those that be left behind of thy people are they that are found within my borders.
Right, go ahead.
Now, when he destroyed the multitude of the nation that are gathered together, he shall defend his people that remain.
That's who's going to fight for us, man. That's who's fighting for. That's how we going to win this war. We can't do it with no weapons. We're not built for this type of energy and war. But our king is, our God is, our power is, our Father is.
Come on.
Go ahead.
And then shall he shew them great wonders.
And then shall he show them great wonders, man. And that's how we getting back. That's how we going to win this war. Through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushua. Keep the laws, keep the statutes, keep the commandments, keep the faith in the Messiah. And that's how we going to get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Any final words?
God, I'll pray to the Most High, man. You know, I pray brothers and sisters enjoy it. Hey, let it resonate in your spirit. Hey, Most High willing, man. You know, most Sabbath days we're gonna try to keep this thing going. You know, we got Mayhem Mondays. You know what I'm saying? We got, you know, exhortations coming out on Wednesdays, and Lord Most High willing on Shabbats. You know, we still gotta go to camp too, but we're gonna try to make it to where, you know, we can keep these topics coming. You know what I'm saying? If there's any more topics or any more videos or any other thing that y'all brothers want to see us chime in on or deal with, hey man, kick them to the email. It's TheServants144. You know what I'm saying, at gmail.com. TheServants144 at gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? We on Instagram, Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Like he said, you know, we starting with this one, but we finna elevate the StreamYard, and we trying to bring out as much content as we can. You know what I'm saying? We know that a lot of accounts bringing out the word, but everybody, you know, everybody can bring more different things out. You know what I'm saying? It can be more relatable to who they're relatable to. So most of y'all stay in the spirit. And you know what I'm saying? From the school, we say, Conyers, Shalam.
And also, July 7th, July 4th first. July 4th is the new moon. All right. July 4th at sundown is the new moon. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a feast at the school. If y'all in town, 2035 Flat Shoals Road. That's 2035 Flat Shoals Road, Conyers, Georgia. If y'all can make it, the doors is open. Just come in the right spirit. If y'all want to support, the arms is needed. The $, the servants. That's $, the servants. The Cash App. We will have the GoFundMe up soon and running. Hopefully this week. We're just putting the wordplay together. And the 7th, July 7th, we will be at the Fringed Up Fest, F3 Fringed Up Fest. Your favorite truth music artist gonna be performing. There's gonna be a lot of vending. There's gonna be a lot of entertainment. There's gonna be a lot going on. Come through with the brotherhood. We got tickets for sale. Hit us on the email if you're trying to get on. The tickets go for $20. We got them for $15. Now I can promote it because the sun is down. Goddamn. Okay. So we got the tickets for $15 for adults and tickets for $10 for children. So hit us up on the email. Once again, that's TheServants144 at Gmail. That's TheServants144 at Gmail. And the Fringed Up Fest will be right here in Atlanta. Also, we got congregations in Philly, DC. We working on AC, Atlantic City. We got of course Alabama, and we got the headquarters in Georgia where we have the first school at. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all trying to do the work, you're trying to put boots on the ground, go to our social media and go to the YouTube too. There's a link that you're going to see up there, and hit the link and fill out the questionnaire if you're trying to do the work with the servants. Hey, if you want to support from afar off, just keep us in prayer, share, like, subscribe to the channels. You know what I mean? And all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Hamashiach Yahushua. Lamech, you had something to say before we just close out with the Lord's Prayer?
Nah, King, just a little bit. You know, Eli, he filled it up. You know, and that's everything that we needed to get out. But I just want to say, it's always a blessing getting together with like-minded brothers, man. That we could bring out these precepts and give our own perspectives on it. Bring these precepts out, and being able to teach in righteousness. Salakia for my tardiness. You know, I was out doing a little bit of the work myself. Down here in Alabama, man. Again, if anybody out here looking to do the work down in South Alabama, South Mississippi, North Florida, and any of those areas right there, connect with us on the servants. The email, you can also connect with me with Lamont Crowns, and also Crowns 3600 on Instagram. And hey, man, with that, man, I want to say the water for the brothers, man. All praise to the Most High.
God, all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. So we just going to close out with the prayer. I'm going to face the east. You can face the east if y'all, anybody, if y'all can't, but you face the east. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Lanawa, Wayasharala, Wahabi Saparium, Shemai,
Shema
Yasharala,
Yasharala
Yahweh, Allah,
Yahweh
Hayanawa,
Ella Hayanawa
Yahweh,
Yahweh
Allah,
Aka
Shemai,
Shema
Yasharala,
Yasharala
Yahweh, Allah,
Yahweh
Hayanawa,
Ella Hayanawa
Yahweh,
Yahweh
Allah,
Aka
Kala Yahweh,
Kala Yahweh
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Praise the mighty Yahweh,
Praise the mighty Yahweh,
because he's worthy to be praised.
because he's worthy to be praised.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Abba Yahweh, Shabbat
Abayah.
Shemayim, Kudash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakufka, Dabahar, Atazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashmayim, Natananawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kawawafnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kawawafinawa, Wala'a, Tabayanawa, Banasayawan, Abo, Hawashainawa, Manrai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwaf, Waha'ala, Wahataparaf, Laiwalumyum, Aman.
Aman.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Praise the mighty Yahweh.
Praise the mighty Yahweh.
Because he's worthy to be praised.
Because he's worthy to be praised.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee shall not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out, thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. The water Yahweh.
The water Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Aman.
Aman.
Dear Heavenly Abba Yahweh, we come before you at this moment in time to give you all honor, praise, and glory to your mighty, terrible, holy name, to say Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
The water Yahweh for allowing us to complete another Shabbat in peace and safety under your angels' wings, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. We pray at this moment in time that you continue to forgive us for our sins, past, present, and future, the sins of our forefathers, the sins of our children and our children's children. We also pray at this moment in time that you continue to guide us and direct us in the paths of righteousness through the fruits of the Spirit. We pray that all the brothers and sisters that traveled to keep your Shabbat holy to the best of their ability, we pray them safe travels to and fro wherever they may go on Yahweh's speed. We pray that your presence was felt amongst all the Shabbat gatherings, all the Shabbat teachings, all the Shabbat congregations, all of your righteous and mighty works and deeds that was done today. We pray that you continue to put your words in the true and sincere servants and prophets and teachers of yours, O Heavenly Abba Yahweh, that they may be able to reach and teach your sheep and resonate with them, that you may get the glory, honor, and praise that you deserve, O Heavenly Abba Yahweh. And we pray that all Yashala have a blessed, safe, and productive night. We also pray that you continue to bring your fiery judgment upon all the heathen and all the nations that hate and despise you and your children. So you be the praise, honor, and glory forever and ever. With that, we say we love your Heavenly Abba Yahweh.
We love your Heavenly Abba Yahweh.
The water Yahweh.
The water Yahweh.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Kala Yahweh.
Aman.
Aman.
Kala Yahweh. All praise, honor, glory to the Most High. Kwam Yasha.
Kwam Yashala. Good. Shalom, King.
Shalom. I'm trying to end this stream. You said